Playing in the bathtub with your little dog?
You can do it. Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel murderer.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? And happy Independence Day. Happy July 4th. I hope that you were all doing well. I hope that every last one of you have given one of those absolutely retarded freaking imbeciles over there on Twitter a hard time today, because today is the day to do it. Just upset it. Just post American flags in your time feed and you just watch them all melt down, because it's a beautiful thing to watch these idiots just absolutely collapse and just have nothing at all to come back with except I'm offended. But no, we're going to sit here. We're going to talk about toys, joined by my co-host, good old man Slasher McSplitter. What's going on, Slasher?
What's good, bro? Happy 4th to you and to the panel, chat, all the listeners. Oh, panel. Yeah, we're the panel. Me and you are the panel. So happy 4th to us. Nah, man, thanks for letting me be here. Talk to us.
Yeah, man. As always, our co-host. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, in case you can't tell, the other two co-hosts for this show are off and about doing July 4th things, so we will unfortunately be doing without Trina and Vinnie tonight. I hope both of them are having an excellent 4th of July, and I know Vinnie's dad's having a birthday today, and happy birthday to his dad.
Happy birthday, Vinnie's dad.
Yeah, man. And let's go ahead. Let's say hi to the people in the chat. First one in the house was Toy Mafia. What's going on, Toy Mafia? Hope you're doing well. Time Prophet stopped in. He said, unfortunately, he won't be able to watch tonight. No worries, man. No worries. Hey, we all have things we got to do in life. Gap After Dark in the house. What's going on, Gap? I hope you're well. Papa Cotton also in the house. Show something cool, Tommy. I will, Papa. I promise I will. Started Poopesque Burr also in the house. Hello, humans and other critters. What's going on, man? I hope you're doing well. Happy 4th again to everybody here. Keely Chow also in the house. What's going on, Keely? I hope that you're doing well. Soul Assassin in the house. What's up, Soul Assassin? I hope that you're doing well. Lion Ratton also in the house. Happy 4th. Happy 4th to you as well, sir. Let's see. Did I get everybody? I think I did. Nothing says Independence Day like guns, boobs, beers, and explosions, right? Oh, Steeg is also in the chat. What's going on? He's going to bed. Have a good one, Steeg. I'm glad you could join us, even though 4th of July isn't your thing over there in Norway. Happy day to you anyway. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm going to show off something that I talked about a long time ago, and I know it was brought up again just recently. So I figured, what better time here on Collectable Past to rehash one of the older franchises that just doesn't get talked about very often. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to take a little bit of a trip to start this one off down memory lane.
Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light. This toy line was released in 1987, and it had promotional tie-ins, which included a comic book series published by Star Comics and a half-hour animated television series produced by Sunbow Productions. The comic book was released in September of 1987, and the cartoon was released in November. The comic itself only lasted 6 issues and was canceled halfway through a 4-part storyline. Now, the animated series lasted 1 season of 13 episodes, but it was not picked up and renewed. Some sites may actually try to have you believe that the toy line was based on the comic and the cartoon. This is incorrect. Obviously, if you listen to the dates that the comic and the cartoon had both come out, they were in the later half of 1987. and they were based on the toy line, which unfortunately was unsuccessful, mostly due to the extreme cost associated with the holograms that were on the chest of the figures. And while many other types of action figures helped to fill niches in the action figure market, this one just did not meet up to expectations for whatever reason. But who are the Visionaries? The Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light, is set on the planet Prismos, an advanced society where all electronics and complex machinery no longer function and the people are forced to rely on old magics. The Visionaries consist of two groups of knights, the Spectral Knights and the Darkling Lords. Everyone who wishes to gain magic is invited to a competition by the wizard McFarlane. After surviving traps, dangerous creatures, and each other, both sides are rewarded. The front plate of their armor is embedded with a unique animal totem, which they can turn into. The animals were selected by McFarlane based on their personalities or abilities they exhibited during the competition.
So there we go. Visionaries, magical.
Knights of the Magical Light. I remember the commercials.
Yeah,
Visionaries. Sorry, people are yelling outside. Sorry.
Shut up, you drunk. But that and a lot of other, what was the sectors? There was actually
those giant flying ants, right?
Yeah, like giant bugs and stuff like that. There was like you can go down a list of different ones. Silverhawks was not very successful, and most of these ones that, what was the other one we were just talking about the other night? The ones that was just like this with the holograms.
Supernatural.
Yeah. There's another toy line that didn't last very long, and what do they all have in common?
Gimmick heavy stuff. Being very gimmick heavy.
No. It's not even the gimmick heavy part. Because if you look at Transformers, their gimmick was transforming. That's a pretty heavy gimmick. Yeah. Without that gimmick, the line doesn't work. Same thing with GoBots and a lot of the other ones. No, the reason that they all failed, and it's the same reason the GoBots failed, because GoBots didn't come out with multimedia projects when the toy first came out. That's one of the things that Transformers did very well. What Hasbro partnered up with the cars, they did the same. Hasbro did the same thing with G.I. Joe when they relaunched it. A comic book, a cartoon, multiple media ads, and then, of course the toy line all at the same time. And that's the way to do it. That's how you actually push these toy lines. Hasbro did it right multiple times. I mean, you look down and you look through even through the ones that were a part of the girls' lines. Look what they did with My Little Pony. That's another franchise that continues to this day that started in the 1980s. Why? Because of the same thing, the marketing strategies that they used. All of these companies had the same problem. They had very, very short, limited comics. And like this one, this comic ended in the middle of a 4-part series. They had a very short cartoon life, along with the comic being extremely short. These are the reasons that these toy lines failed. I think of all these toy lines, if they had good longevity in at least the cartoon department, they would have did better. I mean, Thundercats, there's another good example. They had a really good longevity on their cartoon series, and that's why that toy line did so damn well. And there's other ones that you could look at and say the same thing. They had a really good cartoon along with the toy line, and that's why they were able to take off. Visionaries, Supernaturals, and all these other ones, they did not have that, and that's why they failed.
But when I'm talking about their gimmicks compared to Transformers gimmicks, like, okay, there's a huge difference between turning a truck into like a human-shaped object and flickering a guy back and forth so his sticker changes. You know?
Okay.
It's kind of inferior gimmick to Transformers, you know?
Technically, yeah, but I mean, if you look at some of the other ones, they didn't have very good gimmicks either. What was the gimmick with the Star Wars figures?
Nothing.
I mean, exactly. There was no real gimmick to them, but they did well. I'm telling you, it's the marketing push end of it. Now, real quick, say hi to Chaos Hoy in the chat as well. What's going on, Chaos? Doing okay? Pigs are doing okay so far. Everybody's well. Miss Martin Muses also in the house. Hello, Miss Martin Muses. I hope that you are doing well. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're having an awesome day.
But yeah, I guess the one gimmick you say that Star Wars had was when in the later ones they started putting the big coins in there. And with the
Yeah, but that
figure.
was much. Yeah, that was much later on.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at some of the vehicles did have gimmicks. Like the TIE Fighter had the wings, the side panel wings that would pop off. The same thing with Vader's ship.
Yeah,
The Land Speeder had the little wheels.
The Ewok Village had the net. The trash compactor had the, like, you could close, you could like push the walls in on the compactor, right? Was that it? Oh, they had the droid factory. Yeah, they had some of their play sets had gimmicks that were pretty cool.
The Dewback and the Tauntaun had the little push down
The
trap
slot
door that
that
you
you
could put the
put them
figure
in,
into. Yeah. So I mean, the gimmicks didn't always have to be great, but the marketing behind it had to be. And if the marketing behind it, wasn't as good, the line was going to do as well. So you have that. I mean, you look at Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters is another one. When they came out with that cartoon and they pushed that toy line, the toy line did really well because it had a fairly decent cartoon to back it. But even in more modern times, I mean, the nostalgic aspect of recollecting those things when they did the retros back in like 2020, 2019, 2020, those sold very well too. Like they couldn't keep them on the shelves. Even today, they're still making some of the freight ones, and they're selling out left and right. Like every time I go to the store, they might have a handful. Oh yeah, they're still coming out one. Yeah, the real Ghostbusters figures. Yeah, I've talked about it a few times, and they've sold very well, and they look almost damn near exact to the originals.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Now I remember seeing pictures. Those were toys that I always thought were cool that I would find at my friend's house, but I never picked them up.
Yeah, my brother had a bunch of them. I didn't collect them myself, but I thought they were pretty cool. What's going on, Mana Tony? Tony's in the house. What's up, man? I hope you're beating the heat out there. I hope you cool down a little bit. And the other day he was talking about it was going to be like 120 out there sweltering in the heat. Good thing he's not a snowman. He'd be melted. Speaking of that, I wonder if Snow Dub did okay. I wonder if it got that hot around him. I don't know. I didn't hear him say nothing, but damn. I got one more I'm going to show, and then I'm going to hand it over to you. And yeah, so this one, this is kind of like one of those things. I've told everybody numerous times. You watch my channel enough, I've always talked about I buy a lot of broken toy lots, especially Transformers, and then I will go through them and take all the parts. And I do inspect them too to make sure they're actually real Transformers, because sometimes in these toy lots you'll get these knockoffs and these other fake shit. But I'll go through and make sure they're all original parts, and I'll basically take all the parts that are original and I'll Frankenstein bots back together to make them 100% again, because it's just crazy like how many Transformers I always get that are in broken boxes. And this is one of these lots that I'm going to be showing off that I picked up, and it had a whole bunch of parts in there. I had no clue exactly what was in it because I bought it with the intent of going through it, and then I never had a chance because, well, this show does keep me plenty busy. So, guys, I hope you enjoy this one. It's slightly, I guess, like an unboxing because it's the first time I really opened up to take a look.
So we're going to take a look at one of the mini boxes that I have in the back room. This one is these are usually parts, and that's exactly what this one is. A whole slew of Transformer parts, and this is what I do with these things, and I try to piece these things back together the best I can. Got a almost complete Thundercracker right there. Pretty close, just missing his wings. Well, this tail fin is broken. But this is the things I do. I go through all these things and see what I can salvage over here. Actually, the wings are in here too. Oh, look, there's a mini spy in that bag as well. That's pretty cool. So go through these bags. See what else we got in there. I got a wind charger. Hey, this one is actually complete. And this one is not. And I repeat, this is an original. This is not a keychain one. And most of the chrome is still on that. Wow, it's better than the one I have in my collection. I had this in the back for a while. I just never had a chance to get to it. Just so busy with everything on the toy stream. There goes another one of the mini spies. These guys came in white, yellow, and blue. There was a Jeep. There was like a Mazda something, a Porsche, and there was a Dune buggy. But yeah, another mini spy. His rub side don't work anymore, and that's what differentiated them a little bit more. Autobot and Decepticon.
A bunch of jazz parts in here. God, it looks like somebody really broke a bunch of these jazzes up. And that's what kills me when people talk about GoBots are so much better built. Transformers are built to last. There's a couple jazzes right here, and both of them are busted up. So, yeah, that idea that these things didn't break is absolute horseshit. These things broke quite a bit. There's a side swipe. Oh God, he's been busted up pretty bad as well. A whole bunch of shit broken on him. Got a couple of cassettes in here as well. Let's see what we got. We got Buzzsaw. And we got Laserbeak. Buzzsaw's missing a leg, and Laserbeak's missing a leg as well. But these are stamped to car, at least this one is. And this one is stamped to car as well. So these are both real. Pretty cool. Got a couple of the old catalog things here, at least one of them. Oh, a Megatron. Parts for Megatron. This was a Soundwave. Soundwave instruction. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed.
It's always fun to go through those boxes and see what the hell I find. Like every once in a while, you wind up hitting the craziest shit in a part lot. Like one time I got a couple of Mask figures complete with their helms. And I was like, really?
Mask was another line I never picked up, but I used to see at my friends' houses all the time.
Yeah, that was another one my brother had. Like by the time Mask came out, I was already working, so it was kind of like, I watched a few things here and there, but I didn't have the time to watch every last one of those cartoons. So Mask is one of the ones I missed out on. What's going on today?
Plus, when you're going through old boxes and shit, you come across those posters or those
the little catalog
things. Yeah.
Well, that same box, after I went through the bottom of it, I wound up finding a whole bunch of clipped out robot points too. And I was just dying. I was like, damn, I guess he never had the chance to turn them in. He clipped them all out and he just threw them in a bag. Oh, no.
I found a bunch of the mini comics that came with my Superpowers figures too.
Yeah, I only got like one or two, I think, of the Masters of the Universe mini comics, but those things were great, man. I'm so glad I was able to pick up that big collected book that we started doing the readings on. And by the way, people, as we've been trying to get to these readings, and it's been tough getting around everybody's schedules, get everybody together doing, because it's so much more fun when you do the reading of those old school Motu comics with everybody in the room so they can play off one another. But some of the guys, the voices they're doing is absolutely amazing. And this guy right here, he does an incredible merman. You guys are going to love it when we finally start putting these videos out. Absolutely spectacular.
I'm glad I got to pick a character with a really stupid voice. I'm just being myself.
But yeah, man. So that's what I got for our opener of the show. And in case anybody missed it, while Slasher's getting ready, I'm going to go ahead and play our very beginning opener again, because what's better than boobs, guns, and explosions?
Fucking, as you said, explosions. There were explosions going off outside my window.
Yeah, man, all on you.
Yeah, all right. Since the last thing you showed was that Transformers thing, what I found the other day digging through stuff.
Damn, the big booklet.
Yep. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, look at all that. Buy all this. Buy all this.
Woo.
Look at that.
That's got to be what is that, like fourth or fifth wave? Because when they started out, G.I. Joe, the booklets were teeny tiny, and then they never took. They kept adding to them and just adding to them.
The Iron Grenadiers were already in the picture here, so this was like 88. See the Iron Grenadiers?
Yeah.
And the Sky
so
Patrol.
That been,
yeah, late
80s. That'd be sixth wave.
Late 80s. But still, for the later ones, they had some cool vehicles. I like that shit. I'm always a sucker for the big ass vehicles of GI Joes. Oh, here's one I have. I have this one. The hydrofoil.
Yeah.
Lana. I have that one. But yeah, that's the joke. That's the pamphlet I have. I'll show some figs. Some figures.
It's just amazing. It does amaze me that every once in a while when you get these lots and you can actually get those damn pamphlets in really good shape. Like I've got a slew of them now at this point.
Yeah,
With
this ain't in good shape. Really, it's kind of like dusty.
Compared to what I've seen a lot of the other ones, that's actually fairly decent shape.
So I picked up some Kenner figures. Some of the old movie line Kenner figures. Boom. The Rhino Alien. Still on the card. $15.
Damn.
That's not bad.
That's cheaper than what they were selling the reissues for in the store.
Do you have this one?
No, I didn't get any of the aliens one. I know my brother did.
Try to get a view of his face without the glare sticking.
Yeah, because didn't they have like the semi-transparent like plastic on them?
Well, this one, I don't know. Well, these ones, they kind of do have that. Like, there's pictures on here of some of these aliens where it does kind of look like you can see a bit through them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, they had the power loader. That's what it was called. Remember we were trying to talk about what it was called the other day? The power loader.
Yeah.
And then they had, people hated this guy. He was a human in an alien costume. I don't know, I thought he was cool. God, that's annoying.
The last one that I seen out of the reissues from the retro versions of those figures is I was seeing them in Target. Was they had Apone.
Apone?
Yeah.
And the other kind of figures I got was gold exoskeleton, gold T800. This is alright. You can bend their arms, right?
Mm.
Like you should for a Terminator. Knees don't bend.
Yeah, I remember that.
The knees don't bend, but they have a little thing that makes it look like the knees bend. And I picked up this no weapons. He was like $5. There you go. There's a scary sight.
Screw your freedom.
But that's the first couple figs I'm going to show up.
Yeah, Soul Assassin said he got the Necro Rhino Alien, but no comic.
In the package? It didn't come with a comic in the package? Is that what he's saying?
I'm not sure. He just said he got one. I'm sure he'll get back to us in the chat. What's up, PJ? Good to see you, man. Orville Nation in the house, man. Orville, drop your link, or have somebody drop your link if you're not modded. I can always forget who the hell's modded on my damn channel anymore. Let me see. No, Orville Nation is not modded on my channel. Really? Wow. There you go. You can drop your link if you want to now, Orville. AFK. Well, when you get back, you can drop your link to your channel. Let everybody know what you're doing over your channel and give them the link. But nice, man. I love seeing that old stuff like that. And those Terminator figures, like I was telling you the one day, I have a couple of the silver endoskeleton ones. Yep. And they had that power punch feature with the band in the middle.
Yeah,
and it was crazy. Other than the arms and the elbows moving, there was, in the hip joint, there was no other movement. Like there was no head turn, there was nothing.
And you said on the silver ones there was no elbows bending. There was no.
I don't remember it. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember him having an elbow. He probably did. I just don't remember it. But
I never had the old T800 figure.
Yeah, I mean they were basically the same from what I remember on the back of the packages and everything. So The Rhino figure didn't come with a comic, but the Gorilla did. Huh? No comic. Wow.
I had the Scorpion one. I gave it away, but I don't remember if it came. I really don't remember because I bought it off the shelf. I bought it in the store, in the package, and I don't remember if it came with a comic or not.
And see, that's something I don't remember. Like I collected some of the Predator figures. That was my thing, and I did back then. I did order away for the semi-transparent Predator.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
was supposed to be cloaked. Yeah, I had that one too.
The camel thing.
Yeah, I don't know whatever happened to it. I never got rid of it, so it should have still been in my stuff. Maybe I just, when I was packing things away in the frenzy to try to get back away from New Jersey, I might have just grabbed a bunch of stuff and threw it in the box and didn't see it. But I still have yet to finish going through all the shit that's out there in my garage. Like every chance I get when I'm feeling like halfway decent and my back isn't killing me, I go out there and try to dig through some of the crates, and I do keep finding more shit every time. Like I found a bunch of those die-cast Batmobiles and stuff like that, and not just the small Matchbox ones, but the ones that like the next scale up, whatever the hell that size scale is for the cars. But it was die-cast Batmobile, probably like, I don't know, like 5-inch long Batmobile.
I have a couple of the Hot Wheels Batmobiles. Someone gave them to me a couple of years ago. I don't even remember who gave them. Sorry, just adding some ambiance to this 4th of July.
No, I got to keep remembering it's fireworks because I keep thinking you're doing like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and hitting somebody with a butcher's cleaver.
Yeah, I'm shooting out my window. Like Yosemite Sam.
Take that and that.
Your varmints.
But I'll go ahead and I'll show my next one. Actually got a toy break here, 4th of July toy break. So let's go ahead and get into it, guys. I hope you're having fun. Be sure to let us know if you're having fun. If you're not, say do better, you son of a bitch. Guys, we are hanging out with Barnes, the American Pig, G.I. Joe and BattleBot Pig, as we here at the Guinea Pig Collective want to wish you a happy 4th of July. And for all the haters out there in America, you can absolutely go suck it, and Barnes is more than willing to stand up for his country and nibble off all your toes. Right, Barnes? But Barnes is here with us as we're getting ready for this 4th of July toy break. Right, Barnesy? Oh, Barnes. And we're going to show off something that we think pretty much symbolizes good old American stuff. And we got some Johnny Lightnings. We got American Graffiti. Got 2 of these right here. They're not in the best of shape, a little bent up on the card backs, but they are still intact. We got these for our toy break to celebrate the 4th of July. And guys, we hope that you are having a safe one and having a fun one. Be sure to let Barnes, the American Pig, know what you thought about these for our 4th of July toy break. Have a good one. Be safe. Later, y'all. Right, Barnesy? It's actually gotten to the point now. I have so many of those different cars in the back. I'm starting to forget which ones I've actually shown off now at this point. And I know Papa was actually asking me one time, oh, show off more of the Hot Wheels and the Matchbox cars. And there's still so many back there that are just sealed on cards, and I can't even recall if I got to them or not. But eventually, I'm going to dig through the ones that are out in the garage, and I'm going to get some more of those Hot Wheels and those Matchbox cars, because some of those older freaking cars that they used to do are pretty amazing. And they're making some good ones now still, but damn, some of them old ones were just amazing looking the way they did them.
Yeah, I see a lot of those, and a lot of the newer ones in the candy store on my block. The Lotto Please candy store, supermarket, whatever the fuck you call it. All right, they always have those like right near the shelf, right near the front counter.
But the last time I went look at them, and I see that they had some of the ones that they're doing for the cartoons. So they had like the Masters of the Universe. They had like the Wind Raider.
They have like
Land Shark,
Marvel cars and shit.
Yeah. You remember when they used to do the Marvel cars back in the day? Like it didn't make any, like Spider-Man in a dune buggy or like that. Remember that big giant Incredible Hulk I had that was in a Jeep?
Yeah, did you ever see the ones they did where it was a giant, like it was Spider-Man in a car, but it was a giant headed Spider-Man? Like
yes. You gotta find the red lines in those. Oh, for the
I just saw that movie for the first time. Like I saw some of that movie for the first time the other day. I'd never watched that. American Graffiti.
Yeah. So if you never watched that, you no way you watched part 2.
Part 2? They made a part 2?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Soul Assassin said you should make a spoof vid, Tommy, of you with all the cars and Transformers cars lined up with a car lot. What I was thinking about doing real quick, what's going on, Curtis, man? Good to see Curtis in the chat. Curtis jumped in. The first thing he did is he dropped somebody else's link because Curtis is just awesome like that.
Yeah, thank you,
and speaking of awesome, there's Awesome One also in the chat. What's up, man?
What's up, Awesome One?
Yeah, he dropped yours and Trina's links in the chat. Always appreciate that. Thank you, Curtis. But yeah, like I have a, what does he say? I have a tackle box full of Corvettes. Holy shit, Papa. Yeah, my dad was collecting a whole bunch of those things, and like I had my own collection as well. Like I have the old Space 1999 spaceship that they did for like I'm thinking it was Corgi, but it might have been Matchbox. I can't remember. I have it in the back still. So then, of course, I had a couple of the James Bond vehicles. Like I had the Lotus and the Aston Martin. But I'm missing the little guy that came with the Aston Martin because the roof, you'd hit the button on the side and the roof would pop up and the seat would eject the passenger. I'm missing that little tiny passenger that got ejected from the car. I have no clue what happened to that. A bunch of those freaking General Lee cars and like I got a couple of like Snoopies and stuff like that. Just all kinds of weird shit that I used to get back in the day with Matchbox. It was Matchbox. It was Corgi. It was Hot Wheels. And then there was one other company, and I'll be damned if I can remember what the other company was. Then they also did those stamped cars. So they were like little metal stamped cars, like die-cast. There were sometimes die-cast, sometimes they were like little, probably like a tin or iron stamped cars. So they were pretty much hollow underneath, and they just painted the tops of them, and they had the little slots for the wheels that would pop on the bottom. I don't know if you remember the metal stamped cars.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back, Tom.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Appreciate that, Curtis. Curtis dropping everybody's links, continuing to do it. Always appreciate that. Yeah, you guys remember any of those stamped cars? And I remember there was also some really weird ones. Like I had this one, it looks like a guy wearing a Mexican hat, and he's got a big handlebar mustache coming out, and it looks like he's got two guns, like he's a bandito or something. But it's not even a full head. It's just like the hat with the mustache and the guns, and it's sitting on almost like a hot rod base at the bottom. Then they had ones where it looked like devil horns and all kinds of weird shit like that. These teeny tiny little cars. They were actually smaller than Hot Wheels, but they were slightly bigger than what the Micro Machines wound up being later on. Like I got to dig them out, and I'm going to have to show them off on one of these toy streams in case nobody knows what I'm talking about. But I had an assload of it. I remember there was one that looked like a little Conestoga wagon, like just really weird shit that they used to sell back in the day.
The Matchbox and Hot Wheels, all those cars, they were always something I ended up with, not something I bought when I went to the stores. I have no idea how I ended up with some. Probably like some of them were gifts. Like I remember getting a couple of race car sets for Christmas and stuff. But it's always stuff I like. I never went out and got myself. Except like micro machines. I remember buying one pack of micro machines. But the other stuff like Matchbox or Hot Wheels, I don't know. I always preferred action figures to toy cars.
Oh, later on, I was that way too. But like early on, like my early collecting, I was into that stuff. My dad actually used to buy me the ones that were scaled up from the normal size Matchbox cars. And once again, I'm blanking on the scale. Like I don't remember what scale size it's called, but they were called models of yesteryear. So these are like Model A4s.
I think I remember those.
Yeah, I know I showed one of them off on the toy stream, one or two of them off, but I had like a whole stack of these damn things that my dad used to buy me, and I thought those things were great. I mean, really
I'm not saying they weren't cool. I'm not saying that they weren't cool enough, and there are plenty of the cars are fucking awesome. It's just something that didn't pique my interest when I was in the toy aisle. You know what I mean?
Well, for me, I think that's one of the things that drew me to stuff like GoBots and Transformers, since I already liked Matchbox and Hot Wheels and stuff like that, and it just reminded me of those. But now they do something extra and they turn into a figure. So, Curtis, you were awesome. And Papa says I have a diecast pullback Mach 5 Hot Wheels size that I got from a Koa campground store when I was at Ozfest. Awesome. Yeah, they make so many of those things. Like, and they're still making like the Micro Machine style vehicles to this day. I picked up a few where they had like 3 packs. Like the one pack was like all G.I. Joe vehicles. One was like Transformers vehicles. Another one was like movies. Like I think one was like all Back to the Future, and then I forget what the other ones were. But I mean, they're still making them to this day. So I mean, there's still a pretty big market. And now, where Hot Wheels and Matchbox and some of the other ones absolutely kill me is when they come up with these specialty cars like that. The Hot Wheels did the Optimus Prime, the transforming Optimus Prime, which I thought was amazing looking. Like, holy shit! Here's a G1 Prime with. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm assuming more die-cast than the original figure had, but in a Matchbox size that fully transforms like the old school one did. And I'm like, damn, that sounds cool. I want to get one of them until I looked up the price tag on that damn thing. Over $80 for that little Matchbox Optimus Prime. And that thing is literally, when it transforms in the truck, the size any other regular Matchbox or Hot Wheel. And that thing is like $80. $80? Like, yeah, they can miss me with that shit. That's more than what the re-release of the freaking G1 Optimus Prime was in Walmart. Because that was only like, I think, 40-something. Like 45, maybe 50. $80? Yeah, Chaos. It's a ripoff. Like, that's way too much. And forgive me, I can't remember if it was Hot Wheels or Matchbox. I want to say it's Hot Wheels, but it could have been Matchbox. Either way, $80 for something like that? No. And right now, all the scalpers that have pre-ordered and bought them all, they're selling those damn things starting off at $150 and going as high as about $260. And people are buying it. Appreciate that, Chaos. Man, Curtis still dropping those links, man. He's a freaking champ. Yeah, absolutely, Curtis. And then, once again, like this is really discouraging, like the regular collector from being able to pick these up. When the prices are that far out of reach, you miss the average collector. And when you miss the average collector, all you're getting is the people that are scalping it. That means there's not going to be a lot of prints of this. There's not going to be a lot of reprints of it, and nobody's going to buy it. I mean, I commend some of these companies that have managed to keep the prices down somewhat, like Playmates is one of those companies. They're probably the best company out there right now as far as being able to keep prices down, because all the other ones, Hasbro, Mattel, NECA especially, and then you start looking at some of the other ones like SH Monsterverse, which it's a subdivision of SH Figure Arts. The prices on all those things have damn near doubled in the past few years. And it's like, dude, this is getting so expensive. It's like, I can't afford to keep buying these things. Like even if I still had money, I would be questioning buying these things. And now I don't have those kind of resources right now. I can't touch any of them, and I'm not going to, because it's way too damn much money. I want to collect these things, and I want to be able to enjoy the stuff that I like and that I see out on the shelves that I'm like really interested in. But when you have prices that are that high, you're absolutely missing me and a lot of other people too. I mean, Vinnie's in the same boat as me. I know you are too, and Trina to a degree as well. Like it's getting to be a bit much for the average collector, and it really is sad. And the only thing they're going to do is they're going to pretty much kill their own business by doing it.
I'm not fucking Arnold Jackson living on Park Avenue with fucking Mr. Drummond paying for my shit. Yeah.
Right. I mean, look, I mean, maybe we all have somebody in our town that we can go rob for money to buy collectibles, but I just don't think it's going to be a wise endeavor over the long haul. But did you want me to go again, or?
Yeah, if you want to go again, go ahead.
Okay. All right. This one is actually broken down into 3 parts. So this is going to be a bit of a newer toy. So yeah, there is a somewhat newer toy discussion here. It's not super new, but I mean, it was something that I did get on clearance. So here we go. Of course, there's always going to be stoppage in between each one because I am limited here on StreamYards of how much that I can upload at a single moment.
Welcome back as we got our new Transformers Pig Dark Helmet. What's going on, Dark Helmet? Dark Helmet's getting his nom on as we're getting ready to take a look at another Transformers toy. This one coming by way of Legacy. We got Armada Universe Starscream. This one did come out a while ago, and I was not really impressed with this one when I seen it because it reminded me too much of the IDW version of Starscream. And not that there was anything really that wrong with that one, but I had seen it years ago as part of the Generations line with the IDW crossover stuff that they were doing with the comic books. And I was like, I mean, it's all right, but it's not really the Starscream I remember from the G1 stuff. And I do know that that was borrowed from the Armada universe, but they made some changes to it, and I just wasn't 100% sold on it. But this one, I wound up getting this one because it was clearanced out for, it was like $17. So from 35 down to 17, okay, I'll pick it up now. I will check this one out in full, and let's see if all my original assessments about this one being more of the IDW version as opposed to the original Armada holds true. Here we go out of the box with our Armada Universe Starscream. Now, I put up a short some time ago and I got a lot of hate for it because I said that this was the IDW design of Starscream. Well, on first glance, I looked at it and I really thought it was. And guess what? I was absolutely right, and all you haters were absolutely wrong.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
That's me getting, oh man, did my freaking that short blew up when I said that. Like all kinds of people lost their minds. Go, it's the Armada one, it's the Armada one. And as I get through these, I'm going to explain why. I'm sure you didn't know much about the Armada one, so I'm just going to go ahead and get into the second clip right now, and then you can let me know what you think about this thing, because it gets bad. It gets real bad really quick.
I got you.
All right, man, here we go.
We now return to the Transformers.
So let's go ahead. We're going to pull up an original Armada Starscream from back in the day. Now, first thing you're going to notice is that the leg color looks a lot different. The original one had a little bit of black in the front, but it had gray all the way around. It had gray toes. It had a lot of black in his midsection. The yellow on his chest was a bright yellow like it is on his shoulders. It was bright like that in the dead center. On top and bottom, there was no black underneath. It was yellow on both parts. He has a big giant red crest in the center of his head on that original one. And some of the color variances on the arms are a little bit off as well. There are so many things that are different from this to that original Armada. It just baffles me that people would still argue. But let's go ahead and bring up the IDW version of Armada Starscream. Now, as you can see, the bottom half of the legs are black all the way down. And a lot of the same things with the coloration like this and everything, that is all the same on the IDW version. This is definitively IDW's version of Armada Starscream. People lost their minds because they wanted it to be the original one so bad, or maybe they just wanted to argue that they couldn't even use their own eyes. So much like the original toy, he does have the fold down right here. What was a lot different on that one too is there was a lot of red up here and then the gray in the back. Now on the IDW version, there was a lot of red through the whole damn thing. So I mean, that was slightly different for both of these. So yeah, but this is more in tune with the IDW version of Armada Starscream. So yeah, all the haters could just eat crow. Pay attention, look at what you see, look what the product is before you start running your mouth. Do a little bit of research like the rest of us do.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
I mean, I think the color scheme speaks for itself on those things. Like the original one had a lot more black in the bottom half of the chest. It had big black freaking striping on the top of the wings. The color variances in the legs. I mean, this was definitely IDW's version of Armada Starscream. And I know that these people, I mean, they get so wrapped up in this, wanting to argue stuff. And Vinnie had the same thing when they re-released the Donatello and the larger turtles, the 12-inch turtles. They made them a shit brown. And everybody argued with Vinnie that the original one was brown. And then Vinnie had to pull up pictures of the original toy and show it. No, the original Donatello toy was like an drab olive green.
Yeah,
it was like a dark drab. Yeah. But they argued that it was brown because they just wanted it to be brown. I don't know what the damn problem was. IDW stands for idiots don't know where to go. I see I snorted people said I fixed it.
Zoom in on,
yeah, there you go.
Big screen.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's like olive.
Yeah. It's that olive drab color.
Huh.
Like a dark olive freaking green. And people just couldn't understand that, and they argued it. And it was the same thing with this IDW version of Armada Starscream. They argued it because they didn't want to be wrong. But I'm going to get into the last part of this toy, and this is where I absolutely, completely melt down over this toy because, well, I'm just going to let the video speak for itself.
We now return to the Transformers.
Before I go showing off the articulation, I'm going to say I am so glad that I did not pay the $35 full price tag for this thing, and I only paid maybe $17 because this is a piece of shit. Look at that. The legs are flopping all over the place. The chest falls open and wants to fall apart. Like, everything about this is extremely loose. Like, you see that arm just shaking. It's got nothing. It's so loose. Like, you see it jiggling if I just touch it. This thing is a piece of garbage. Like, every joint on this is extremely loose. The knees are loose. The waist is super loose. Like, this part keeps popping up and doesn't want to stay ported into place. These legs are just sloppy as shit. Like, this is terrible. Absolutely terrible. This is garbage, Hasbro. But let's go ahead and check out the articulation anyway, shall we? So, with the help of a stand, because this thing barely wants to stand on its own, one freaking piece of junk. We got Starscream flying through the air, getting ready to strike down some of his enemies, and you will notice, much like the IDW cover right here, you can see that Starscream is dual-wielding two swords. Now, the original one does have a fold-out wing-type sword, the same as he has in his right hand over here, but he does not have this other type of sword. Here we go with another pose with Armada Starscream running into battle. And just like the IDW version, he can actually have both swords on the outside of his forearms. And while ever unglorious hunk of junk can get down to a fairly decent kneeling position. All the joints are just so sloppy, I had to keep repositioning them over and over again. Oh, I couldn't leave it be. I tried to give it one more chance and tried to transform this absolute piece of shit. And yeah, none of these things port in the way they should. Nothing locks and clicks in. This is just an unmitigated piece of shit. This is some of the worst designing I think I've seen since Generations. This is fucking terrible. Like, they were charging $35 for this junk? This is, what a pile of shit. $17 is probably all I could recommend anybody ever paying for this piece of shit. I know they had it on sale at both Target and Walmart. I wouldn't recommend getting it, though. This is an unmitigated disaster. This piece of garbage is going to get a 5 out of 10. And it's lucky it's getting that much. Anyway, guys, that is all we have on this one. Be sure to let Dark Helmet know what you thought.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
What I didn't show is, like, I had to do that take multiple times where I put him back on that little spinning table, because every time I went to put him back down, the legs slip right out to the side. It just crashed. So I had to keep redoing it. What's going on, Bad Take Bojan? I hope that you're doing well. Curtis says, oh, yeah, I can see how cheap it looks now. Plastic looks brittle. It does, and it feels like garbage in the hands. Oh, what's going on? Chris Fisk in the house. What's up, Chris, man? How you doing?
What up?
He says, best toy review ever. A ripoff. Curtis also recommends $5.99. Started Poopus. But what do you really feel about it? I actually had thoughts of taking it outside and shooting it with the Red Ryder, Daisy Red Ryder BB gun. I'm serious. I think it's a piece of shit. I'd give it an army of pigs to eat their toes. Just junk. Just absolute junk. And Hasbro is one of those companies where they can get something so right, it's like, holy shit, I am amazed. This is great. This is amazing. And then the next figure you pick up from is just like a disaster, like that thing. Like, there is no rhyme or reason to the way they do things sometimes. I mean, the G.I. Joe line has been fairly solid. But even in that, they still had some misses. Like the Baroness figure was a prime example for me. The Lady J figure, absolutely terrific. The Scarlet figure is pretty damn decent. There is a miss on there, and I don't know if Vinnie had noticed it or not. I don't remember him talking about it. But I did see like a really big molding miss that they did on the Scarlet figure, and I like, how the hell did they miss this? But like the Baroness one, just the design work on it was it was terrible. Like, it had a good look, but there was no articulation. Like, the way things poured it onto the figure was just horrendous. And, yeah, I just don't understand it. Like, they got these things. These are their toys. These are their babies. They own these molds. They could do whatever they want at any time that they want. Why they don't correct these issues when they know that they're there is just beyond me. But other than it's an unmitigated piece of shit, you like it? You know what? No. And the reason being is because it doesn't stand properly. Like every time I put it in a pose, other than when I managed to somehow get it kind of balanced on that freaking turntable for a little while, every time I stood it up, it would just fall over. Like, if I can't even stand a figure up after I buy it's a disaster. And if it wasn't for the fact that it was on clearance and it was only $17, if I had bought it more recently and it wasn't a while ago, I probably would have took this damn thing back. I've done it before in the past when figures were bad enough and I reviewed them right away. They were garbage. They went right back to the store. I got my money back. I just don't give a damn. Look, hey, you want to make garbage? I'll take it right back and they can get shipped right back to you because I'm not going to put up with it. I'll give it the army. I like it on the shelf where it belongs, right? Yeah, right back in the store. Rip-off formers. Oh, yeah, I was just, and see, I had the right frame of mind the first time that I seen this thing on the shelf, and I said, nah, I'm not going to get that. I was right, and I should have stuck with my original thoughts. Even at $70, I probably should have still said no. No money for a shit job. You're damn right. And like I said, if I would have reviewed this sooner, if it wasn't sitting back there for a little while, I probably would have just took it right back. But c'est la vie, as it is. I'm kind of stuck with it now. So who knows? Maybe it eventually to make it out into the Guinea Pig Collective shooting range with the Red Ryder, Daisy Red Ryder BB gun. I don't know. It's a good possibility because what a piece of junk that thing is. And to be honest, I'm almost kind of embarrassed to keep it in my Transformers collection. But Slasher, buddy, if you got something else and you're ready to go, by all means.
Yeah. I just had to mute because it's getting crazy out there. It's cool.
Hey, man, as long as nobody's screaming and yelling AOC, you're okay.
Not yet. But yeah, I'll show up the wrestling figures I picked up. A couple of the Mattel ones. I really, really like this one.
Rusev.
Yeah. Mattel does an awesome job with these. The one thing I don't like is that you see where it says Rusev. Mm-hmm. Like when you twist his waist.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We should have put the waistline a little higher. But look at it. This looks like him like when he first was wrestling, right?
Yeah.
He's got the bare feet and everything. Yeah, Mattel does a good job with this. You remember him, Evan Bourne?
Yeah.
Matt Seidel, he was on Wrestling Society X, remember?
Yep.
Yeah, they did a good job with him too. They gave him spiky hair. This one, I've never seen this one before, but I think it says 2017.
Oh, the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, I don't remember them coming out with these ones, but I don't get it.
Yeah, that's the Hasbro one.
Yeah, but he doesn't do anything. I thought that.
Yeah, he does. You push down on his chest.
It's not really doing anything. It doesn't really do anything. This is what he does. He wobbles.
Oh.
I fuck you in the ass. And he screams.
Because that looks like the same type of chest one that like the Ultimate Warrior had that you push down.
No, and with the spring feet, right?
Yeah.
Nah, he just wobbles.
No, they had one for the chest too, where it was just the chest sprung up.
No, nothing happens. He just wobbles.
Huh. Interesting.
He does the Night at the Roxbury dance. And this next wrestling figure I have in the package, and it's autographed by a killer.
Oh, Sonny.
A bendable Sonny. Look, it's autographed by her. I bought this for $10 from that store up the block from me.
That's not saying much about her signature on something.
I wonder if she's as bendable as the real Sonny.
I'm kind of curious. Did it come with a certificate saying that you won't catch anything from touching around her signature?
Well, look at the collection they had on the back: Vader, Sonny, Mark Mero, and Sid. Like, what if you have those three wrestlers and you make a Sonny one? Like, I don't understand. Is she supposed to fight Vader? But yeah, that's the wrestling figures I got for this week.
Chris says it has an epic plumber's crack like the real Sonny.
I didn't see it on the package yet.
He was agreeing with you. He said, why didn't they do the break above the waistline, or even just underneath the writing? Like either way. Yeah,
it would have been a lot smarter, but whatever.
Chris also says Seidel looks less jacked in real life. So par for the course of wrestling action figures.
Well, he was Diesel on it when we were watching Wrestling Society. Like, he was small, but he was Diesel,
Yeah, I mean, they always make him look just a little bit better built in the friggin' toys. I mean, like, look at that Hogan and Flair that I sent you. Like that.
I have a Flair, a Jack Pacific Flair that, oh, Jesus Christ. They gave him the same legs that Rusev has.
Snortopupus was talking about my Starscream. He says nothing fits, the joints are loose, it won't stand upright. Picky. Yeah, you could be right. I'm picky. I don't want trash.
Real Curtis, that's a real autograph. That's a real autograph.
It looks like Jesus, the freaking
a Sharpie.
A Sharpie, thank you. The permanent marker, the Sharpie markers, because it looked like it was blue.
Oh yeah, Slaughter was always built like a. That's why they always over exaggerated his musculature with all his action figures.
Now, God forbid if you actually have one of those wrestlers that was jacked like that, they made him look even bigger in the action figures. They made him look like the Incredible Hulk.
Oh yeah, a Scott Steiner figure would look like two Scott Steiners rolled into one.
Veins everywhere.
I'm waiting on a Scott. I got my friend to order me a Scott Steiner figure from the original WCW line. Those Galoob ones. I'm still waiting on them.
And you got Rick?
Yeah, he's the reason why I wanted to get Scott Steiner. I can't have just Rick by himself.
Even though he technically he was a smarter Steiner.
He was?
Well, I mean,
was he really?
Come on, man. You've heard Scott speak.
Yeah, but you've heard Rick speak too, right? I mean, the guy barks like a dog.
Yeah, give Tommy his money back, right? Yeah, I should just call Hasbro direct again. I've done it before when I've gotten like really terrible figures from them. And if they don't give me my money back, they actually will kind of send me, I guess, like a consolation prize. And they'll send me another figure. But it'd just be my luck that they'd probably send me the same damn figure. Chris says, I want a Scott Steiner calculator that has his voice part.
I think he gave away $1 million idea right here for free. Don't go into any more details.
If you divide it by 26 1/3.
Take my 33%.
Oh, man. But I'm going to go ahead and show off something else here. This one is actually fairly short. Just a little bit of fun that I'm having with some of the old school toys. Papa, I hope that you like this one. It's something slightly different than everything else.
McChangeables, Series 1. McChangeable Series 2. Fight!
Yeah, man. You know what? Those things are a lot of fun to do, but holy shit, do I spend inordinate amounts of time working on editing for those things. Right? What does this genetic freak button do on the calculator? Don't push it, Chris. Don't push it. You got those? Yep. Thanks, Curtis. I'm working on it. I'm slowly getting better. Yeah, see, Papa? Yeah, you remember those? McDonald's McChangeables. McDonald's BattleBots. Those McDonald's Happy Toys were the absolute best. You know, a lot of those early Happy Meal or the Burger King Kids Club toys were absolutely amazing. Like, I was just talking with Slasher the other day about the ones that they did in Burger King for Beast Wars, and I don't know how many people remember that, but they did a handful of figures for Beast Wars when it was upcoming. So they had like a Dinobot guy. He was like green, blue, and yellow or whatever the hell he was. They had like one that was supposed to be like Arachnid or whatever, his big spider. Then they had this weird
those Happy Meal toys. I got a couple of the Muppet Baby ones from back in the day. Like ones that I like Happy Meals that I ordered. I still have the Fozzie Bear ones and the Kermit one.
Oh man, those freaking things were so much fun. Like they used to make really good toys back in the day. Now you see a lot of shit that they give away for free in these restaurants. It's trash. I mean, even Wendy's. And you know, as a kid, you don't think like, okay, go to Wendy's and get like a good like kids meal thing with a toy. But they had actually partnered up back in the day with GoBots, with Tonka and GoBots, and they had specific GoBot toys made exclusively for the Wendy's freaking kids meals. I do have the whole collection in the back, and I'd shown them off like probably like a year or so ago, maybe even longer. I forget. Might have even been on Going Old School. I forget. It's been a while, but yeah, they were made exclusively for Wendy's. They didn't exist in the regular toy line, and I thought that was really cool because you don't see a lot of these companies doing that where they have an exclusive toy named and everything made to be sold for, you know, for part of a kids meal with a fast food restaurant. You just don't see that anymore.
And yeah, you see what Tony says about the amazing merchandise, whether it was a Happy Meal toys or Batman movie glasses. Those Batman movie glasses were way better than those Batman movies. Those glasses were fucking awesome. I never got any of those. I used to see them like my friends would get. I'm like, oh, those are dope. I'd get those, but I never did. But they were way better than the movies were terrible. But
yeah, what they only did it for what was it, Batman Forever?
For Batman Forever and for Batman and Robin. Okay. They had like beer mug sizes and then little like half glass sizes.
Yeah, I have a few of them because they had that weird, almost like frosted look to them, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
Chris said he had the baby Fozzie and Gonzo.
You know, I saw a picture on Twitter because I have Kermit Fozzie, and Miss Piggy. I never found Gonzo, but I saw a picture where there was Animal, and I asked like they made Animal, and whoever responded said that they made it in the Canadian line. I was like, damn, they should have put Animal in American line.
Yeah, so he has Batman glasses too. You know, another one that they did, and I've talked about this before, and I know some people like probably roll their eyes at me. I didn't really care that much for the Lord of the Rings movies. I love the book. I was not a huge fan of the movies. I don't know what it is. I know I can't stand the actor that plays Frodo, number one. I hate that guy. I despise him. I don't know what it is about him, but he's just one of those people I just like. I see somebody like that and I want to throttle him. I can't stand him.
I never sat through a Lord of the Rings movie. Not a single one. So who plays Frodo? Is it Elijah Wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do not like that guy. I hate his guts. I don't know what it is. I just can't stand him. But I mean, there was things in that movie that were okay, and it was like the book and everything. There was a lot of stuff in that movie that was so far removed from the book. It was like, but they had some really cool merchandise for that too, and that was at Burger King. So they had, I showed a couple of them off before. So they had these little figurines that had a light up figure and on the front of them because they had like a portion of like the One Ring, and you would press into one ring or another spot on the side of these little figurines, and they would have light up effects, or maybe they would have talking effects or something like that. And the dead center was actually the One Ring that would light up, and you would interconnect all these things together, and the One Ring would light all the rest of them up. And it was like a big circle display when you had all of them put together. And man,
that sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, it is really, really cool looking. Like, let's see if I can go ahead and bring up a picture of it. But yeah, I've got a few of them. I think I might be missing one or two because my dad had almost the entire collection. Another thing that they had were these glasses that lit up from Burger King. So they were kind of like that frosted kind of glass, kind of similar to the Batman one, but not exactly in the goblet style. And at the bottom, they had a little light up feature, and it would light the whole color, you know, the clear glass all the way up. It was pretty sharp. I don't know if you remember ever seeing them.
No, I don't remember any Lord of the Rings glasses.
No, okay. Yeah, they were sharp. They were pretty cool. And I think I found one or two of them at my dad's house. So here's the setup for all the little figurines.
That's cool.
Yeah, like you can't see it here, obviously, but they all light up. Like I know the one with Sam Wise. He's over here. He's holding a frying pan over a little fire. So when you hit his ring, it actually has like a little light up feature. It makes it look like there's a fire under his pan. Some of the other ones talk, like Legolas here. He has a sound feature on his. Galadriel lights up all the way, so she's got that clear plastic, so she lights up all the way through. It's pretty sharp looking.
Happy 4th, Trina.
Oh, Trina's in the chat?
Yeah.
Hey, Trina. Happy 4th. I hope that you're doing well. Hope you guys are having fun.
And Chris says they have the animal one in New Hampshire, too.
Wow. Yeah, you know, it's
they didn't have them here in New York.
Yeah, I hear you guys. Yeah, that food is disgusting, especially some of the shit they're doing with that food now. It is poison, and you get sick. I mean, people have already proven that, even though right now they're trying to claim there's nothing wrong with fast food. You could eat every day and be fine. Yeah, they just want to kill you faster. Even the fries are garbage. Yeah, you know what? Now, I was just talking to Miss about this the other day, and I was like, you know, the food in these fast food restaurants don't taste like they even did when I was a kid. Like, you know, the late 70s and stuff like that, the food tasted much different. Even into the 80s compared to now. Like, the food has just changed so much. It's like a huge taste difference. Like, I can't imagine if you could go back to the beginning, go back to like the 50s and shit like that, and freaking have some of this food. It'd probably be like night and day compared to what they're serving now. Yeah, and feed their families that junk. Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe not so much anymore, Curtis, because it's not as cheap as it used to be. So, and beef tallow, and they had to switch to shitty vegetable oil. Ugh. Freaking vegetable. Happy 4th, Trina. It's fun to pretend we are free. I'm sorry, I'm sour about a country right now. It's okay, Curtis. It's okay, man. We all feel that way. Seed oils are poisonous, like butter versus margarine all over again, right? And I remember for a long time, Chris, and I'm sure you remember, a lot of these places were going for peanut oil, which even that is really not much better. Not really. That stuff will get you like really bad acid indigestion too. Over 99 billion burgers sold that represent at least 2 pounds of real beef. Oh, man. Oh, that's crazy. Slashers, you want me to go one more?
Sorry, I was muted again. Yeah, you want to show some more Marvel figures.
Okay.
I picked up more Marvel figures. Pick up a lot of wrestling and Marvel figures because that's what this guy has a lot of. A couple Fantastic Four figures. Tarax with the space soaring meteor, which looks awesome.
Did they reuse a Doomsday model?
Yeah, the packaging. The packaging is
no, like the face, because it reminds me of Doomsday. I mean, not Doomsday. Darkseid.
Oh, I always remember Tarax looking like that. I always remember him looking like that.
Yeah, but it reminds me so much of Darkseid, just the whole way the face is sculpted.
But, he's an awesome figure. I like this guy. And this right here is tempting me to open it because it's a little cracked under here, so it's kind of calling out to me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm going to keep him in there for now.
I seen somebody talking about one time they actually used a heat gun. Just used a regular heat gun or like an air dryer over the end of that package, and they were able to reseal it.
Yeah. Well, I also need more shelf room for the time being, so I'm just going to keep him where he is. I put him in the hallway closet. And thing. His arms up. And he clobbers time. We just had their time.
That's actually a really decent looking thing too.
Yeah, 94, I think it says on it. I think they just because they put these out around the time they had the Fantastic Four cartoon, the early 90s. And I'm a sucker for these X-Men figures. Even if it's one of these weaker, even if it's like, all right, Warpath, I don't remember him being so skinny in the comics, but
Yeah, he was pretty bulky.
yeah, he was kind of Diesel, right? But
He reminded me of
figures.
he reminded me of Thunderhawk too from like Street Fighter.
Thunderbird. Yeah, he's Thunderbird's brother. In the comics, he's Thunderbird's brother.
Well, no, I was talking about Thunderhawk from Street Fighter.
Oh, T-Hawk?
T-Hawk, yeah.
Yeah, or kind of like Nightwolf from Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I showed when we were. Oh wait, this one I showed you this one yesterday. Me and Tommy were talking. This weird Iceman figure. I like him though. He looks a lot better without the stupid. He came with this stupid armor that looked like an ice cube tray. But you know, you take that off and you have a pretty cool figure. I guess
did you ever confirm if he was supposed to be a water squirter?
No, I didn't look it up. But I see this button here and a hole in his chest, so I just assume that he squirts water. And this one was lost in in the Great Attic Tragedy that I've mentioned many times.
Cable, we had that one too.
The OG Cable with the karate chop. I never understood the karate chop form because I don't remember Cable going around karate chopping people too much, but yeah, he was lost because some asshole dropped a box of my toys into the walls of the attic some years ago. But his gun had stayed. It was in a box of all like a bunch of random weapons and accessories, armor, stuff like that I had. So I found him in the $5 bin at that store in my neighborhood. So I picked him up. Yeah, right. I picked him up, put the gun in his hand, boom, complete.
And I hear you guys talking about all that fast food shit. Believe me, and I understand. That's why I don't really eat out very much at all.
The last Marvel figure is the Brood from the X-Men figures. This is cool. I like that. We push the button and it does two things. It does the teeth chattering and the wing flapping.
Yep.
These are always like they were supposed to be like complete rip-offs of Aliens, but I still think they look cool.
No, they were definitely neat though. I think what, as far as like the Brood figures, I like the Brood a lot more than I like the Mojo guy.
I like Mojo. I know he's kind of like a stupid character, but some about him that I like.
I hear you, Tony. They tried to talk about Happy Meal toys, and of course, conversation changed to McDonald's modern day chlorine and
I was thinking that too.
I know they're still going on about it. I understand it completely. That's why if we even
it's a touchy subject.
We rarely eat out, and if we do, we're very picky anymore about where we eat out. So you have to be. What's going on, Draven?
What's up, Draven? I'm gonna mute because it's World War II out there.
No, that's all right, man. Take care of yourself. Make sure you don't get caught in the crossfire. A couple of Roman candles come flying in through the window and burn your ass. You don't need that right now. Okay, the Cable is badass. Yeah, I wish I had it. Yeah, $5, Papa. It was a steal. Like when he told me $5, I was like, hell yeah. Like even loose on eBay, they would be charging a hell of a lot more for just a plain
$5, and he's not really stuffed up. Like maybe a little bit of paint off his hair, but not much.
Right. I've seen people.
The knee's a little loose, but it's in good shape.
I've seen people sell figures for more than that, where it looked like some kid was chewing on the head of the figure.
Me too. A lot of those wrestling figures that I pick up, I find them in the $5 bin, and most of them are not scuffed up at all. So.
No, Draven said he had that too. Cool.
That cable one, a lot of people had that cable. It was the very first cable figure.
Yeah, I know we had it. I don't know if we still have it. We might, but I know we had it at one time. Curtis talking about In-N-Out Burger. We unfortunately don't have any In-N-Out Burgers anywhere near us, so I'll never see that. They did have a place called Whataburger? Or no. Wayback Burger is what we had around us. And holy shit, dude. The taste, you could tell it was real meat. Like when you bit into this thing, you didn't taste any of the garbage and you didn't feel like sick after you ate it. Like things were absolutely amazing. Homemade burgers are the best. Yeah, absolutely. And I know, you got to even be careful, guys. And I don't really want to get into this. It's supposed to be the toy stream, but when you go out and if you buy like a pre-made hamburger patties, you can buy them and you can actually get decent ones. Just take the few extra minutes to pick up the box and look on the back and see what the hell they got included in the freaking meat. Once you start seeing like all these spices and these other things, you put that shit down and look for something else. So I have a few places I go to, like my BJ Wholesale Club that I go to. All the food products they have like certain ones that are like store only, and I check them out. And most of that stuff that they have there, it's straight cut. There's no fillers and it's like it was like water, beef, and like spice, and that's it. There was nothing else in it. I was like, okay, yeah, that's what I want. And so it's working if you got somebody who's a fast food junkie and they eat it and they don't feel good after. That's when you know it's real, because they're not getting their quota of poison from the fast food restaurant. Take cover, Slasher. Curtis is saying, I'm still a slob. I go to Del Taco. Yeah, the alien figure, the Brood one. Oh, okay, not that cable, but the Brood figure. Okay. Blake's Burger is good too. Chris says, I looked up how much the old laser light Black Star figures go for on AB, and damn, in boxes figures like 400. And you know what? I've seen some of these old
Castle goes for.
Dude, I just seen an old G.I. Joe, and I want to say it was Storm Shadow sealed in a box. It was Storm Shadow Snake Eyes, $900 sealed on the blister card. And I was like, what? It's like, no.
What? It's actually dumb to buy those old G.I. Joes on the card, because the rubber band can still. I've seen packages of the old GI, like people selling them on eBay, where the rubber band broke, and you just have a half a figure and half a figure in a bubble.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. The type of rubber that they used on those ones, it was a pretty cheap type of rubber, and it dry rotted really quick.
Yeah.
As opposed to like we still have a bunch of old Masters of the Universe in the back, and it was the same thing on a lot of those. Those bands would just dry rot in there. And from what I understand, replacing the band in the Motu figure is extremely difficult, where a G.I. Joe, unless your screw is rusted in the back because somebody was playing with it in the bathtub or something, there's no problem whatsoever being able to take those things out. And if it is rusted, you just use like a little wood burning tip or something like that, like a real thin wood burning tip on the screw to heat it up, and then put your screwdriver on it so you can back it out. What a burger can suck it. Never had them. Order pizza delivery today. It cost me $30, but I'm getting 3 meals out of it. That's actually not bad. The last time we'd ordered pizza, I want to say it was like almost like 50. It was ridiculous. And I was like, shit. And unfortunately, we only have one place that delivers here now. All the other ones cheaped out, and even though they're only 5 minutes away from the freaking, unfortunately, the Pizza Hut who delivers here, they won't deliver here anymore. Like, what a bunch of bastards. Travis says, I wish I still had all the figures I had as a kid. Yeah, and there's a lot that I'm missing. Papa agrees with that. I have most of mine. I don't have all of them. Some of them my dad actually destroyed by the way he freaking packed things in boxes and stacked boxes on top of boxes. And I talk about that as Star Force, Star Adventure Force, or something like that. Star Space Force. I forget what it's called. They basically reused some of the droids they had from Zeroids, and they put them into this line. And then they had like a kind of like a bipedal bot that almost kind of like it was a knockoff C-3PO look to them. And they had this guy called the Dark Lord, who almost looked like Darth Vader, except he had like a silver like cloth chest piece on his outfit, but he had the big black cape, and his helmet was round, so he almost looked like he was a cross between something from Spaceballs and Star Wars. But unfortunately, my dad had taken him out of the box that I had him in, put it on top of a box, and then he stacked another heavy box on top of it. He smushed the head, broke the chest, and I'm looking at it like, I don't know if there's any way in hell that I can even fix this thing now. Like the joints in the arms are all fucked up and everything.
Yeah, that sucks. I remember I had stuff in my attic before the great attic debacle. But I remember going through a box of Joes I had. It had gotten so hot in the attic that the weapons at the bottom of the box stuck to the cardboard, so they were done.
Yeah, that's the thing about a lot of those things is the way you stored them. And what I used to do with my old GI Joes. Here's another thing my dad did to me. So, oh yeah, your dad got rid of all your comics and most of the toys. Damn, that sucks. I hear that one a lot. Guinea burgers with their mascot, the guinea pig kicking Ronald's ass in the parking lot again. Hold on, what else we got there? Yeah, my McFarlane toys, Conan figures are still in the plastic boxes, are yellowing and it ain't pretty. Yeah, those things, if you store them, you got to make sure not only do you store them out of direct light, but you also got to make sure you store them in a very cool place. And even then, there's still a possibility, because what they used to do with the old plastic back in the day, like 70s, even through the 80s, is they used to put bromine into the plastic mix. Bromine is a flame retardant, and they used to put that in the plastics, and that bromine is actually what yellows up all the plastics. So if you have a figure that doesn't have a lot of stickers on it, what you could do, or even if you decide you're going to take all the stickers off and go to like Toy Hacks or somewhere else and get brand new labels for it, there's stickers and everything. What you could do is you could take that thing, and as long as there's no painted surfaces on it and it's just the plastic, you actually put it in a mix of hydrogen peroxide, put a lid on it, whether it's just plastic cellophane wrap or a lid, and stick it in the sun for about 4 or 5 hours, and it will take all the yellow right out of it. So if you have a white figure and you want to turn them white again, it's the easiest way to do it. I've done it with a few of my Transformers, like the mini spies, where they were white and they were yellowed out. Did that, put them in the sun, they were clear white again. They've been beautiful looking again. So you can do that. There's also another way. If you go to like a hair salon place, they have these bleaching. It's like a gel peroxide bleach or something, or just a gel peroxide. And you could do the same thing, but you could be a little bit more picky about where you put it, so you can save the original stickers or paint on the figure, and you just want to get to the plastic that yellowed. So there's a little tip right there from the guinea pigs. Thousands of dollars in the trash. I hear you. Oh my God. I had a neighbor friend who was into Transformers, and he didn't clean up his room like he used to, and his parents put all his Transformers out on the curb. And I was sitting there salivating because he had a few that I didn't have as a kid. Like he had Prime, and there was like 1 or 2 other ones that I didn't have because I had Megatron, and I had Ironhide, Jazz, and blah, blah, blah. But he had a few I didn't, including Swoop. And I'm sitting there looking at it like, my dad's telling me no. And because he's seen me, like I'm like lurching towards where they got it all at the corner for the trash, and I'm getting ready to just pick through and grab shit. And he's like, no, leave it. But Dad, no, you can't.
Oh, man, you were hawking on his tray. I'm sure he would have been pissed at you for the rest of his life if you would have snatched up that box.
Shit happens. But he cleaned up his room, and then his parents forgave him and let him go bring all his toys back in. Lucky for him, that was back in the day, when people were still, I guess, a little bit decent, and they didn't automatically just run by and just take everything. Because nowadays, you put shit out like that on the street for even like 5 minutes, man, vultures will pick that shit clean. There will be nothing left.
And do you know how many fucking garbage toys my brother fucking came home with? Like, I remember one time we were coming back from school, because it was when we were both, like, the 2 years we were both in Catholic school together. And we're walking back from school. He found the Ewok playset. it wasn't complete, but still it had all the major parts of it.
That's awesome. Yeah, you never know. Like I would, you know what? And it's kind of sad that I had to do it. But when I used to early days of vending out at the flea market, I had a limited amount of stuff. You know, I was just starting out. I didn't have a lot of money. I was getting killed for child support. So, I mean, there was that too. Yeah, New Jersey sucks. God help you if you have a kid with somebody in New Jersey and she decides, she wants to whore around and you leave her because they will take you through the ringer. I would actually go out looking around in like fancy places and dig through the trash and find gems that I could sell at the flea market for good prices, like Power Ranger figures and stuff, like really cool stuff. And real quick, before we say hi, Papa said he had a bunch of the vinyl Cape Jawas. I had a few of them as a kid as well. The very first releases of the Jawas came with that same plastic cape that Ben Kenobi and Darth Vader came with. And Princess Leia, the Bespin outfit, where she had the dress, she had the same vinyl cape. I want to say Lando did too. But what's going on, Vinny?
Hey, guys.
Happy 4th. Happy 4th.
Happy 4th, guys. Yeah.
Happy 4th to you. And I said it early on top of the show. I hope your dad had a happy birthday.
Thanks, man. Yeah. It's we still got family over and stuff, but I wanted to slip away for a few minutes just to say hi to everyone and wish everybody a happy 4th. So hope all is going well. Yeah, you could hear the explosions going off outside right now.
Yeah, that's me. That's the wonderful sounds of the Bronx.
Yeah, that's gunshots. That's crime. Oh shit.
Yeah, man, Papa, I have one of those too. Unfortunately, the head came off of him. It was one of the early releases, but the head popped off. But yeah, it's the big head Han Solo. Go ahead, Vinny.
Nice. Yeah. No, I don't know what the hell I was saying. I'm like in a half food coma right now. We had a big spread for my dad. Yeah, man, I just ate like a pig. But yeah, man. So how's everything going tonight?
No, it's going good, man. Having fun. Showing off some stuff. I take you didn't see what I dropped at the beginning of the show.
No. Like I said, I was.
You're muted.
I just snuck away now.
I got my camera working.
Oh hell yeah, bro!
Well, not my camera. It's the one on the laptop is done for, so I had to use a friggin' another camera.
Yeah, that's good though.
I was finally able to show off my friggin' 2 weeks worth of figures. Well, 1 week worth of figures. It's week 2 will be next week.
Sweet, man. Hell yeah. Yeah. Hello, everyone in chat. Oh yeah, man. Good seeing everybody. Like I said, happy 4th to everyone. And if you're overseas, well, I hope you're having a nice Thursday or Friday night or Friday morning.
and as we always say, man, sucks to not be able to celebrate.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That was Monotony saying we got Tommy Guinea and always with him Vinnie Slasher, McSplitter, and Swartz, a hard R.
He's somewhere screaming, "Screw your freedoms!" And we're like, "No, we're celebrating Independence Day, motherfucker."
I want to have the same freedoms. You can't have it anymore. You ruined it.
Right? That son of a bitch.
Soul Assassin Slasher.
Ooh, Captain Spaulding? Captain Spaulding? Is that who he's talking about? Am I that pale these days?
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Tell everybody they need to go get a bucket of chicken.
I have been taking a lot of my blood at the hospital, so maybe I need to, I don't know. Maybe I need to go lay out in the sun for a bit.
You need to get yourself a bucket of chicken, boy.
You're looking all right, man. Yeah, you're looking healthier than last time we saw you. So that's good, man. Just keep kicking ass, keep fighting. You know, we're all kicking and screaming right now, but everybody's cheering you on.
I just had my second treatment yesterday. So.
Awesome, man. Dude, like I said, nothing but good thoughts. Shit.
Awesome.
Thank you, man.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna step out for a second, throw all these things back in the hallway.
All right, no problem, man. No problem. Vinny, did you catch my little intro for the show?
No. Like I said, I just got on now.
Okay, here, I'll show you this. You might appreciate it. Still fooling with it. It's a little bit trickier with fully articulated figures, but I'm starting to get there with it. But yeah, this is my 4th celebration piece for everybody.
hell yeah! Oh, you got Scarlet too. Nice.
Yeah, boobs, guns, and explosions. Yeah, so
That's fantastic. Isn't that a beautiful piece?
it's a nice piece, but there's something that I found in it that I don't remember if you did, and I'm going to wind up doing a full review, hopefully for next week. There's something I caught on the mold, and it irritated me because everything else about the mold looks so damn nice, and obviously being able to do what I did, just messing with that, tons of movement in there.
Oh hell yeah, dude! That's amazing. I think I did the full review of her. Yeah, I saw that they have like the little gun on the wrist that's sculpted on, and then
it's like almost like a Derringer kind of.
Which that was on the original figure. I don't know about the throwing stars, but the
throwing stars were definitely on at least one of her.
They were
gauntlets.
Yeah, because I know that little gun was. That's why they put it on there. So that was pretty cool though. But yeah, I like the options too they did with the hair. That was kind of unnecessary, but it was good that they gave us the option to do.
I just wish that they poured it in better.
Yeah,
mine kept falling out.
I'd agree with that. But yeah, I mean, but for overall, man, I mean, yeah, it's up there though. It's up there. They did a damn good job. Duke is he's like freaking perfect. That Duke is amazing.
Yeah, there's a few of them. And I was talking about that earlier with the GI Joes. Like, there's some of them they absolutely knock out of the park, and then other ones like that Baroness where they just fall so short of the freaking mark. It's like, what the fuck were they thinking?
Yeah, I hope they do another one of her and update all that shit and change the joints and fix some stuff. Because you know what the other problem was too? The first 2 waves, they were also putting pins in the joints. And I know there's some people like, well, I don't care if there's pins or if it's not or whatever. You'd have to have seamless one. You don't want to have pins because pins make the rest of the joints weak. If it's injected mold, the figures are going to hold up longer, and those joints are going to be way better, way tighter, and more secure. Like, you won't have the rubber band legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because especially Marvel Legends, if you look at some of the earlier shit, those figures can't stand for anything, and it's all rubbery, gummy joints by the knees. When it's the injection mold, it's more solid and everything's more together. You won't have those issues, and they can stand better. They can pose better. Yeah, but that's
I did some pretty amazing stuff with her after the shoot. So I was trying to figure out, okay, let's make a.
That's for a Patreon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I was doing the crazy posing. I've done some of these same reviews as other people do, and I've seen theirs tend to get more views. And I'm like, I mean, sometimes their review section is pretty boring. They're not really getting into the detail of the figure or anything. They're just like, oh, it looks amazing. Okay, well, how come I can't get those kind of views? And almost every single time, they've got the figures in a sexy pose.
Okay, so you're gonna have them all bent over more.
Hey,
well, that's what I did with Lady J.
Yep.
And that one got over 300 some odd plus views. So I mean, that one was doing a lot better than the other ones.
Speaking of sexy poses, Vinnie, you missed this. You missed this. Bendable Sunny.
Oh shit!
I was wondering if it's as bendable as the real Sunny.
Oh my god!
Look, it's autographed.
Yeah, it comes with real and authentic STDs on that.
Holy shit! What did you pay for this thing? $2?
It comes with birth control pills.
Oh no! It should have came with a bottle of booze too.
$10.
$10, and it's autographed. Holy
autographed. Shit. I bet you I could have got more for a starting lineup O.J. Simpson figure if it was autographed. It probably would have cost me $3,000.
Sure. Yeah, he's dead now, so yeah, go up.
You know what? If he has another one, you get another one, right? Get one unsigned. Change the lettering on it, saying it's the Hawk 2 girl, and get her signature on it. You probably make a mint.
She's going headhunting now. I saw a video of her. She's saying that there's a lot of people pretending to be her and stuff. So she put out a video. She goes, she's not on any social media except for I think they said Snapchat. And she's doing her own merchandise now. But she goes, if you see any merchandise in out there right at this moment, she goes that they're all fake. It's all bootleg stuff. And her lawyers are going to sue the shit out of all the people making them. So that's hilarious.
Start doing it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready for the next one here. This is old school toy time.
Nice.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, okay, I remember what this one is now. This one's going to be an interesting one. I don't know how many people are going to know about this one. I was unsure about this one. This was something that was in my father's collection.
Oh,
I had no clue, couldn't find a date on it. So if anybody knows about this shit, let me know in the chat because I had no clue.
Indy and Barnes. What's up, Indy? Oh, Indy getting the schnooter right in the camera. Oh, Indy. Oh, we are hanging out with Indy for a moment as we are getting ready to delve into something that is old school. All right, Indy? Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at what we got this time.
Guys, with Indy leading the way, go ahead and take a look at something that is old school. So this is your old school toy time. And here we go. We got this one, the Pink Flashman. I could not actually find the year that this thing came out. So this is a model kit, and obviously this is based on what would later on become the Power Rangers. But yeah, I could not find this exact model kit anywhere. Yun-Ang Science Displays Red Flashman Kit. There's no kind of point of origin and everything, and I'll be honest, I am not really good at reading these type of lettering, so yeah. So they got that. Apparently my father must have got this secondhand, or maybe he bought this himself and put it together. I have no clue. Actually, one of those model kits had a little bit of articulation, but God, these points don't stay together very well. This is a pretty cheap plastic model. Got a little bit of movement, like really odd movement right there. Just overall, just a very weird looking figure. It comes with a whole bunch of little tiny bikes. Supposed to represent the other Flashman. It does come with a shield as well, if I can get it out of there. So it got the shield, and there was also a sword in here that he came with, and I believe a gun as well. Yeah, there he is. So it came with a little pink gun. Guys, do you remember anything about these? These ones are a complete mystery. I never even had known my father was into picking up stuff like this. Just such an odd find that he had at the house. Anyway, guys, this was your old school toy time.
I ain't never seen those before.
yeah, me neither.
And yeah, I looked it up. I seen stuff for this, Flashmen series before they became Power Rangers. I seen all that, but I never seen a picture of this exact model.
I thought it was anywhere. Wasn't it Super Sentai or something?
Something like that, yeah. But yeah, like I couldn't find that anywhere, so I can't place the date for this damn thing. I'm assuming it's either late 70s or early 80s, but I'm not 100% sure.
That box definitely looks 70s.
It does.
Yeah. That's cool.
What up, Pale Rider?
Hey, buddy. Happy 4th.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting though, and I wanted to bring it up. And I was kind of hoping that maybe Draven was still in the chat, maybe he would know, or maybe Chris would know. But yeah, no clue on that one.
Yeah, Power Rangers and the stuff before that. Like I'm not familiar with a lot of it. Gotchamon is like that's one that I know. But yeah, Power Ranger type stuff. Nope. I think I was a little too old for it when that shit started hitting.
The only reason I would watch Power Rangers was to drool over that girl. That girl was hot as fuck up.
Yeah. Oh, there's been a couple of hotties there. Oh, so I'm not farting. That's fireworks. I farted before.
Funny, Vinnie. That sound was never on this stream until you showed up. I'm just joking. Yeah, it is hella retro looking. It is.
Well, I don't have a full figure review. I just have a quick short. I could show that for tonight. If again, like I said, I didn't even think I'd be popping up at all. Like I'm literally I stuck away from family get together right now to say hello to my brothers here. So I'll show this real quick. Last time I ran out to the store, They had those McFarlane.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, I didn't buy it, but he looked pretty good. Maybe
it does look good.
Yeah, it's one of the few that actually came out pretty good. So I'll play it just a couple seconds here, but not too bad. You know? I think there's only one other figure that was made of him, and that was like a Sideshow or something, which it looks pretty awesome. But you know, who's got money for that shit? This I think is like $25, something like that.
They didn't. The guys seen most of my targets. They had the prices lowered on all those damn things.
Oh yeah. Oh nice. Yeah, and I don't know what company did this one. This super figure collection or some shit. I'm guessing some kind of import because this was a little bit more. This was like $35. But for anyone who watched Death Note, yeah, that's L from Death Note, and I thought it was kind of cool. I like the diorama type stuff, you know, because he's like a super genius who's trying to catch, you know, this killer essentially. So, but you know, like the paint application need to work and shit. But the dude looks pretty good. Since you don't have to worry too much about likeness, since it's mostly the sunglasses and hair. So, I mean, yeah, it passes that. It's Jeff Bridges. So, but yeah, for the most part, I'm not super crazy about the McFarlane line of shit that's coming out right now. These kind of movie maniac stuff. I think he doesn't know his brand anymore. It should have just been like movie characters or something. I don't know. I'll put a new name. But yeah. Anyway, that's the stuff I was able to record this week.
Cool. Yeah, we didn't even think you'd jump on. I'm glad you were able to.
Yeah.
Papa recognized Death Note right away, and he says he wants a Fargo wood chipper.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
With the legs sticking out of it.
Oh, that'd be hilarious. Oh man, they should put a soundbite
from Con Air.
What's that?
A whole fucking Con Air series with the plane.
Oh, geez, that would be insane.
Sorry to hear that, Pale Rider. He says, my dad passed May 10th. I'm going through his toys, cars, trains, baseball cards, coin collection, including over $300 of $2 bills. The man had a lot.
Wow.
I will tell you this, though, Pale Rider, going through it, because my dad had a whole big giant collection of $2 bills as well that he was collecting. If they are sequential, like if this is a collection of $2 bills that are sequential, they could be worth money if you have a full set of sequential bills.
Oh, the serial number.
Yeah. If they're not sequential, you're not getting much for the $2 bills. Like if you're lucky and they're old enough dates, or if they're like what is that? Blue seal or red seal. I forget. No, red seal. If they're red seal, they might be worth a little bit more, but even then, the $2 bills are not worth a whole lot unless it's specific dates. Unfortunately, I ran into that with my dad's collection of $2 bills, and most of them are like worth damn near nothing. You know, that's like 50 cents more, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah, I do. And yeah, sorry about your dad, man. It's rough.
But like the coins, keep an eye on the coins, man. Anything 1964 and earlier, they're silver, and they're right now they're paying good money for silver coins.
Oh,
so. But yeah, I'm gonna jump in with the toy hunt, and then I have a few like article pieces I popped up from toy companies of stuff that's up and coming, and one of them is actually it's got 2 dioramas in it, which Slasher and I were taking a look at last night, and we were pretty impressed with both of them.
Oh, awesome!
But yeah, here is your toy hunt for Collectable Past.
So I had an old Warhammer, which doesn't look as good as ones that were done before. I don't know. It just doesn't look as good about it. The Gene Stealer. Also have these. Batman. Yeah. Oh, that's something a little bit different. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Spawn Wings of Redemption. There's a big giant statue. And everything else. Yeah. Sodite. They got a few of these Ghostbusters things still sitting up here. A few of the reaction GI Joes. Just a small handful. Got Quick Kick sitting here. They got Big Boa. They got him, and then the only other thing that they have is they just have a small spattering of Joes right here, and it looks like it's all Duke. Oh no, there's a Scarlet and a Rakondo. But yeah, for the most part, all the rest of the stuff that are Joes, nothing. And then over here in the Joe section, they've got Transmetal Megatron. And then we're looking at the Marvel stuff, as per usual. It's been months. It's been probably like 4 or 5 months now that this has been going on. Like nothing. Empty shelves. They're putting other vehicles in here with what was the Marvel stuff, and it's just all empty.
And not a bad toy hunt. But I got agreement. I don't understand that either. None of the Marvel Legends shit. I never see them on pegs. I saw 2 figures that were like deluxe figures. They had Angel from X-Men, but he had the red and white costume. I don't know why you wouldn't do the blue and white, but it was red and white. He looked pretty good, but that body is definitely a reuse.
Who was in the red and white costume?
Angel from X-Men. Like I said, he looked pretty good. The alternate head looked like shit, the smiling one, and they had the Black Falcon, Captain America shit, whatever. But it's the costume. It's not the show. It's the costume from the comics, which was similar, but yeah, it's like the Stuart Immonen design. Not bad looking figures for what they were, but that's it. I don't see anything else out there. One store I saw a couple like that new Iron Man series, the one where I got the She-Hulk from, but no She-Hulk, just a couple like the shittier looking figures.
Well, the bulk of what I'm seeing in most of these toys, almost every time, unfortunately, I did go to Target the other day, and I was just so upset about the money situation that I didn't even want to go look in the toy aisle. That's how bad it's been with money. I didn't even want to go looking in the toy aisle. I was like, I don't even want to look. I'm just going to get what I need to get for the pigs and everything, and then we're going to leave. I just didn't want to go. But every other time I go there, it's 90% of what's not being restocked is the Hasbro stuff. Hasbro, McFarlane are the ones not being restocked at all.
Yeah, I that's a good point too. The only McFarlane shit that I see that's still hanging on pegs is that Jay Garrick Flash, and maybe
he's being discounted too. I seen they had him up for discount in my Target.
Yeah, because he won't move. Everything else will. Like every time they get those shipments that come in, they sell out immediately. But I know why. That shipment that's usually coming in now, it's the Batman ones. So it's what do you call it? The Ben Affleck. They have the BVS version of which it looks pretty good, but the head's off. But the body looks like it's a good body. And that's where they also have the Platinum Edition Dark Knight figures, which are like 1 per case or something. It's a big set of Batman stuff. Like I told you, Batman sells no matter what. So you put Batman on the shelf, and we'll have Scuba Batman, we'll have this Batman. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Eventually, it always ends with Outer Space Batman, and that's usually when the line ends.
Yeah, pretty much. It's ridiculous, but yeah, the last one that I saw was the same that you had seen there. The original 1930 something whatever Batman with the purple gloves. That figure, they're reusing a body from another Batman figure because he towers over everyone else. Like his scaling is still a massive issue. I don't understand because he's got a couple of these Batman figures that are out right now and some of these other DC ones where everything's off. Like there's characters that are, should be way smaller, or ones that should be way bigger, and like they don't. I don't know what they're doing, but this is what happens when you outsource to China. You don't have something consistent. Because when it was a studio and everyone was working together, you'd have everything in proper scale, everything. There's no excuse, not to. But now it's okay. I'll hire someone over here that someone might sculpt it digitally. If we don't use China. We'll outsource a little bit here and there, but everything gets manufactured over there. And if they're punching in the wrong numbers in the computer and shit, you're going to have things that are off. You'll have a character who should be, I don't know, maybe a half inch to a full inch taller than some of the other ones. And now he's like smaller than, you know, like a female character. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, once again, I don't care. You know, like most of these companies are outsourcing to somebody. It doesn't matter who. Like Transformers was outsourcing to Vietnam, and God knows where it is now. It might even still be Vietnam. But when you're outsourcing, the first thing you got to do is you got to get that test sample. And Vinnie, you know this from comic books. You need to get that test sample back, check it over, make sure everything's right. Once everything's okay, then you go into full production. And I swear, I think McFarlane is not doing that at all.
He's not. They have a habit of that. Because I think I mentioned on one of the previous streams, when I first started working for them, they had already approved all of the Metallica figures, because they were doing like the big box set with the stage and all this shit. But when the samples came in, I was looking at them. I'm like, and again, I was kind of new there, so I didn't want to get too out of place with them. But I did point it out. I said, why is James Hetfield so small here? And then, like, you know, one of the owners of the studio, he woke up, he was like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, he's only like 5 something. I said, no, he's not. He's like, what do you mean? The tallest guy in the band is Jason Newsted. I said, no, it's not. It's James Hetfield. And they went, what? I said, yeah, I'm a big Metallica. Well, at the time, I was a big Metallica fan. And I'm like, you're wrong. And he went, oh, shit. He dropped whatever he had in his hands. He ran over, grabbed the figures, and he's trying to, because the James Hetfield, his legs were kind of spread. So he's trying to squeeze the legs together. He's like, well, if we stand it up straight, oh God. He started worrying and panicking.
Yeah, if you stand him up straight and everybody else is squatting down, it still makes him smaller, dummy.
Yeah, because you had what's his name, Newsted. He's kind of bent over forward, like he's head thrashing. So he has like his hair is all up in the air, but he's bent forward. Even bent forward, he was towering over the rest of them. I'm like, you fucking idiots.
Attention to detail and quality control. Yeah, and Pale Rider, silver dollars, if they're just average silver dollars and they're nothing special about the date, I'll tell you right now, because I've sold some, like Morgan Silver dollars and some of the Liberty heads. They're roughly right around 30 some odd dollars, like 35 or so, roughly, a coin. So that's where most of those are sitting. Snorted Poop says, seals. Oops, sorry. That word always gets my attention.
Shit.
I wonder if the factory's caught fire, right? Oh, Jesus. It really is it's inexcusable with a lot of these companies, and they need to do better. I will say, yeah, like I did the review of that, oh God, do you remember the Armada Starscream that I got all the hate for the short when I said it was the IDW version?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I did that review tonight. God, what a god-awful piece of shit that thing was.
Is that the new one that came out in the Legacy line?
Oh, yeah, it came out like a year or so ago, a year or two ago. No, it was about a year ago, I think. About a year ago it came out. Yeah, I'd gotten it for like 17 because it was marked down from 35, clearancing them out.
That's when it's mostly red, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I proved it was the IDW version, but holy shit, Vinnie. The joints, the clip-in pieces for when you transform it and snap everything together, none of it held together. Unmitigated piece of shit, man.
Because there was another one I saw recently. I think it just came out. It's the Legacy United Cybertron universe.
Oh yeah, I did. I seen that one recently. I did a short. I think I show it off last week. I don't remember. Or maybe I didn't show it off yet, but I did film it and I seen it and I didn't know enough about it. And I mean, the look was, like the look was like, it's okay if I knew
the hips were weird. Like they look too plain Jane, like there's like nothing really covering them, but it's something about it still kind of worked. I don't know, but I passed on it too because it's like, right now, who's going to be coughing up that money for this shit? But it didn't look too bad. That's why I was kind of curious because the head sculpt was good. Like there's certain things about it that kind of worked. I think it was based off one of the CG cartoons. Like, one of the new ones.
Pale Rider. If you're talking about the old LJN ones, the posable ones, they were in scale. I have that dwarf Ironheart or whatever the hell his name is. He's small compared to the other guys. The other guys were bigger than him.
Okay.
I'm not sure which ones you're talking about. If you're talking about the little PVC ones, yeah, they didn't have scaling on them. But the original LJN figures, they were proportioned. And the new ones that they're doing from NECA, they look marvelous. They look absolutely great. But TSR is one of those companies that, no. I mean, I know they're a subsidiary of Hasbro and everything, and they're the ones that are actually dragging Hasbro into the freaking toilet.
Oh, wow.
I just don't know why they won't fire all these people with their agenda garbage. They could get that whole franchise back on track.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, there was a small clip floating around on Twitter about, I forget what country it was, some country overseas that did like a little commercial for whatever their product was, and they had real actors doing the parts of the original Dungeons and Dragons cartoon cast. So you had the acrobat, you had him, you had the little boy with the barbarian, Bobby with the barbarian outfit with Uni, the unicorn. They had Venger flying in on the freaking black-winged horse. Like, they had all of it. It looked spectacular. It ends with, like, the paladin, Eric, putting up his shield and blocking Venger's attack. It was, like, so well done. Like, and the question was, like, guys, who wants to see this commercial turn into a movie? Like, yeah, that's the D&D that everybody expected and just didn't get. So,
shit.
But I'm going to move on over to some of the stuff that I've seen that's up and coming. Now, I seen this one. It's not tied to anything as far as I'm concerned. I just really found the character interesting, but the price tag. So I'm going to start off with the price tag on this thing.
Okay.
$69.99 for this damn thing.
Oh yeah, I see photos of this. It looks good, but yeah, that I don't like that price for shit.
Yeah, 1/12 scale action figure, La Muerta, really sharp looking. I think it's just so different that I find it incredibly interesting.
I agree. There's some pretty cool stuff about it.
And obviously, she got some really good range there too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the articulation's beautiful on this.
And there goes all her accessories.
Yeah, not bad.
It's a fantastic looking figure. I mean, I like it. I don't like it for $69.
No.
Hey Tommy, I gotta step away for a minute or two, and then I guess when I come back, I'll show the rest of the things I got.
Cool.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Now, right, our action figures in the 80s, the Barbarian wasn't from the cartoon. He wasn't the same size. The LJN one, like I'm saying, Strongheart, I believe his name is. We literally have that LJN figure. I showed it off. And he's tiny compared to the rest of them. Barbarian being a different size. Yeah, they also had this weird one. It was like kind of like Greek. It almost looked like a Greek hoplite or something. He was supposed to be like a Titan or something like that.
Okay.
We had that one as well. And he towered over all the rest of them. Like he was almost like a 7-inch tall figure.
Oh, wow.
He was so big. Yeah, it was ridiculous. This one we already knew coming out, but they put more promo stuff up for him for the Bison. And damn, that thing looks incredible.
I know. Him and Dawson, yeah, I'm so tempted, but it's like right now everything's very, very tight, budget-wise.
It looks like they got the wire in a cloth coat.
Yeah, I like that. I'm curious though, because that material looks like it could be like that kind of fake leather type shit, and if that's the case, that shit's gonna flake.
Well, depending on what type it is too.
Yeah,
because there's a certain type that doesn't. But I mean, just as is though, that's an amazing representation of him from the video game, and I am pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I know. What company was it? There was another company that was doing them that's pretty much like in that same scale. It wasn't one of the Japanese ones. It was one of the American ones. But I think I know where mine is. If I could dig it out, I'll do a review on it or something. But
yeah, because it was like SH Figure Arts was doing them one time. Then of course you got Jada here is doing them now. And yeah, what was the third
There
one?
was another company, because they had a good line of them, and they were highly articulated. I can't remember the name of the company. Maybe it was Soda.
Yeah.
SOTA.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it was them. But yeah, I know their bigger figures had problems, like because in the end they decided to throw out like a couple of other like E Honda, some of like the more fan favorites, and the joints, the pegs on them were shit, and they fucking snapped off. So like the arm would be like, you know, if you crazy glue it in, like, you know, that's the only option you have, but it ain't never moving again, because like the pins were so small and the plastic used was so cheap. So I don't know how the other figures hold up though, if they do or they don't. But
well, I don't know. Like so far though, every single one that I've gotten from Jada Toys is, you know, and I've gotten Ryu, I got Ken, I picked up Fei Long for you, and now my one, I tell you, one Target's like loaded with them. There's like 7 Fei Longs sitting on the shelf.
But nothing else, you said, right?
Right. Yeah, nothing else yet.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
I've never seen these in any Targets by me. I think there's like 3 different ones I've been to. Nothing.
Yeah, it's only the one Target that I go to that's always stocked with them.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones, they might get them in here or there. But yeah, but the one Target I go to, man, they constantly have them things. And God damn, Pale Rider. God damn, man. Sorry about that.
Shit, that sucks. I was going to say, in case anyone is curious, or if you still pick up things here and there at like Best Buy. Last time I went to Best Buy, their figure section is gone. They moved it to the front of the store where they used to put the DVDs, like on the register to get out of there. So I think they're going to phase out all the figures now too.
Wow. And they were just leaning heavily into figures, hoping that was going to save their store.
Yeah, they were. Now it looks like they decided to, nope.
I'm telling you, I give it a few more years and Best Buy is going to go belly up. They've been teetering on the edge for a long time.
They have. And if they're going to get rid of more stuff that actually sells, then yeah. You got a big problem, because there isn't as much theft in that store than the other ones, because there's no self checkout. It's you have to go to the register, so there's no people that are yeah. There's no one that's really could scam them or whatever. So yeah.
But I mean, you know, once you get rid of all the stuff that people came in there for, I mean, what do they think people are really going to come in there for? Washers and dryers and shit like that?
Right? Because that's what they did. Yeah, that whole wall. I see more appliances and shit like that. It's like, really? You're going to have more deals with freaking Whirlpool? Sorry, I don't really see those things moving. No one has money.
Especially not. Right, yeah, especially in this economy.
Oh, yeah. No one has like, money for smaller things. Do you think they're gonna go ahead and buy something like that? People on crack.
You know what? Here, I'm gonna give you the best idea ever. Best Buy. This one is absolutely free from the Guinea Pig Collective. If you want to try to make some kind of comeback, you don't even. I would suggest selling physical media again. But even if you're not going to go that route, you know what? Sell posters for movies and sell a bunch of snacks and shit like that for movie watchers at home. You'll probably do better than what you're doing now.
Well, you know who's doing that? Walmart's doing that. There's a section like when they used to have the new movies. That's all like a candy and like popcorn section now. And the movies and shit that they have there, it's even less. I know they said they wanted to keep it going longer than other stores, but I think I'm calling bullshit on that, because their selection of movies and TV series and shit are like really going out the window.
Yeah, well, I did that one video and I played it. I can't remember if I played it here. I think I might have. But yeah, like I took a look. They had like a corner and a half a shelf with DVDs and like 2 of my Walmarts, and I was like, yeah, it's not going anywhere, huh? You lying some bitches.
Yeah. Oh, they're all lying.
Here, this one I seen. Now this is coming by way of Mezco. Once again, incredibly hefty price tag, but it does look incredible. Did you see this Storm Shadow from them?
Shit, no, I did not. That looks really freaking good. Is that soft price goods tag on the pants?
Yeah, all the way through them. That whole jacket top and everything with the hood on the back, all soft goods.
Yeah, wow.
Everything about him is awesome except for that price tag.
Yeah, what's the price tag on this?
Here, I'll skip ahead for the price tag. $109.99. Don't get me wrong, this thing looks beautiful, and let me tell you something. This is not all he comes with, obviously.
Yeah,
he comes with all this.
Oh, I know Mexico. They load them up. Yeah,
and all that.
That is something else. Trust me, man.
Here's one shot with him in an action pose.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and I know like the bodies that they use underneath, they are highly articulated. I came damn close. a little while ago, I was looking at a Gambit, and I'm like, no, the price is insane. The price is insane, but man, their quality is there. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, that is just a beautiful looking figure.
Yep. That's great.
And it comes with 3 heads too. I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Which is crazy. That's really unnecessary, but to do that other one that's just like a slight change of expression in the eyes. But good on them though. I mean, they're pumping out some high quality stuff.
Right, I'm telling you, guys, absolutely beautiful looking, but yeah, price. So Trina would appreciate this. I don't know if Trina's still floating around watching or not, but I couldn't get high quality photos of this one because this is stuff that's like it's upcoming releases. Some of it's San Diego Comic-Con, but I seen this.
Oh, they're reissuing this.
All right, this one is Walmart.
Okay. See, this is crazy because again, that's one of their first like Movie Maniac figures when they got that license. Yeah, I'm sure you must have seen them early on. The movie reel there or the real real something. REEL. I can't remember.
Kind of like Trina's channel, like Real Horror or something.
Something like that, yeah. But he's one that I was always very tempted on. So yeah, if they're reissuing this,
fucking pop. You'll hold down for Chris Fisk and Finitails action figures. Yeah, right. Chris, get on it.
Right.
But I thought that was interesting.
He's doing 3D stuff though. I mean, Chris, I don't know. I think he's coming close.
So here's the one that gets me pissed off. So San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, the original drawings from Eastman and Laird for TMNT.
Oh
2-pack.
shit. Dude, that's crazy.
I so want them.
Yeah.
That is freaking awesome looking. And I know Walmart's supposed to have an exclusive pack too, where they're doing the 4 classic turtles as a box set in Walmart. So
Nice.
I think that's only like 30 or something like that. I think it's like 30 or 40 for it. I mean, it's not horrible considering each figure normally costs about $11 to $12. It's going to be slightly less for all 4 in one box, but like seeing this, like I am definitely 100% interested in this. If I can get lucky, like I did with that Greta figure that was San Diego Comic-Con, and snag this for a decent price because it's got a damaged box.
Yep.
If I have the money for it, I would definitely get this one.
Yeah. They're cool, man. Like I said, their quality on the turtle shit has always been pretty damn high.
Then we got him. There's another one that just goes right ahead and just pisses all on my fucking parade. I love the glow in the dark ones, and the last 2, Creature from the Black Lagoon and now Nosferatu, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. You pricks.
I know. But again, I think they do like a little short run in those stores too, like you said, Walmart or Target. It's crazy. I don't understand. There's like no rhyme or reason to how and when they do stuff like that. It's wild.
I know, Chris, and I know you would give us high quality if you had the money to do that.
Yeah, trust me, man. I would definitely want to do that as well. But yeah, it's very difficult to do that type of shit right now.
I'd be making transforming guinea pig collective toys.
Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome, man. I don't think it'd be too complicated to do them, but yeah. You know what I've seen? There's a fuck. It's called Dummy 13 or Titan 13 is the other name for it. There's like these kind of little maquette figures that are super highly articulated. That someone came up with these designs, and I guess they have like a couple of official licenses, but people stole the digital rendering of these things, and they're like bootlegging them. And they're like, I don't know, 5.5 inches or something. And like they're super posable little figures that you build yourself. Like they come in those kind of almost like, like the how the weapons were on the original Turtles. You gotta like cut them out.
Yeah, the the little plastic rack holders.
The plastic tree is what they used
Yeah,
to call them.
Yeah, like those. So it comes like with like 2 or 3 of those, and the thing is, it completely in different parts. But there's alternate hands, weapons, but they look like little like kind of plain robot looking things. You know, there's no face on it or nothing. It's like a flat surface or whatever. But yeah, I was intrigued by that. I don't know if I find one for $5, I might get one just to kind of see. Because yeah, I know online, like I said, there's a bunch of different like bootleg versions of those things, and they're all in different colors. But it might be kind of cool because I know a lot of artists and shit use that stuff too. But yeah, so I mean, I remember I showed you guys the link from Legend of Zelda a while back that someone just did it themselves, and it was super highly articulated. It looked amazing. The sculpt on it was great, and it was just someone who printed it out in their home printer. You know, and they just kind of like snapped all the joints together. So I don't know. There's you never know what we're gonna be able to do in the future.
Yeah, right. Then they got this, which I could care less. I didn't like that humpback version of Leonardo, so
yeah,
but they're apparently doing a black and white version of him, which this is one of the ones that's like I could care less.
Yeah, it's stupid. That's them milking it again as much as they could.
But the next one, Vinny, I was like, nice.
That is fucking awesome.
Oh shit! Why'd you have to show me that? All right, I'll go donate some more blood.
Plasma, Vinny. Plasma. You get $70 an hour to donate plasma, from what I understand.
Holy crap! I'm a pure blood, so I mean, there's no vouch involved there, so I could probably get more.
I definitely like this. This is something I would definitely love to have. I would also love to see if they did like a trophy wall to add to freaking like a Predator diorama.
Like the ship in Predator 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, it would be. And Papa, I just saw what he said. Review the Yara statue. If he sells me one, I'll do a short. When I receive it, I'll just throw it straight in the trash. The end.
The next one is I told Slasher I'm interested in this. He said he didn't care for it because he wasn't a big fan of the movie, but I seen this and I was like, oh yeah, I like that original Planet of the Apes figures.
Oh, that's cool. Nice. Yeah, if you're a fan, I mean that stuff looks pretty accurate.
I had never seen the OG movies.
The OGs. Yeah, I've seen some of them here and there. I don't think any in there. Maybe the first one.
I saw the Mark one, but the best part of that was that chick Estella Warren.
Oh yeah.
They didn't have nearly enough of her in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I did. Yeah, for the originals, I think I've only seen the first one. Awesome.
Yep, Chaos. Yeah. Everybody, to stop. I know Curtis has been dropping links in the chat over there for all the watchers over on X. Thank you for joining us. If you have the time to be so kind, go stop over on YouTube and sub to our channels. We greatly appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
And
awesome
Lion Rat,
stuff,
yeah, he was saying all that San Diego stuff. Yeah, it does show up in stores. There's even pre-orders on them. So.
Yeah, but unfortunately, a lot of times there's pre-orders. I mean, you don't jump right on them. I mean, we talked about that over and over again with Pulse and all the other shit when they do exclusives for freaking Walmart and Target and everything. If you don't jump on them, you'll never get them.
Yeah, the what do you call it? The proper Carol Danvers. She sold out in minutes. In minutes, her pre-order. You know, with the black costume with the lightning bolt. You know, the only version people wanted. That's now super hard. Articulated and everything. Like they changed the molds and how they do it. Yeah, of course it's gonna fly off shelves. Or I'm sorry, the pre-orders. They didn't even hit shelves yet. But yeah, like you said, man, because they literally have bots and I think apps that do that shit. So like there's someone's watching and clicking, and these people, it's not just that they want one figure; they'll get as many as they possibly could. So they screw everyone else.
Or like I was telling the one person, I said, even if they put a limit on it, that same person, it'd be the same mailing address, will be using a separate account, probably a different card, but still shipping it to the same address, and then buy a whole bunch more figures, and then have another account and do the same thing. And why these companies don't say, hey, there's something wrong here, it's all going to the same address. Now they just don't care, you know, and it fucks the average collector over.
Exactly.
Pisses me off. I got one more left for stuff that's upcoming. We're getting close to the 2.5 hour mark, so probably start winding down soon after Slasher shows his stuff. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Donatello's Lab Diorama. So this is supposed to go, I guess, with their TMNT sewer diorama. But pretty interesting little ad. Like if you have your own diorama to get this and add it to it.
I like that.
Dioramas are always cool, but I think the prices that they're asking for are way too much on these things.
Oh yeah.
Way too much.
I mean, the figures are expensive enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh,
agreed,
dude.
Lion Ratton. Agreed.
Yeah, agreed too. Hey, listen, I told you guys I found a bootleg version of that Megatron I was looking for half the price of what they're selling the damn thing for. You know, he was going for like 55 or 60 or whatever after tax and all that shit. No way. I found the bootleg one for $25. You know, so and the quality's there.
Oh yeah, you missed this one too, Vinny. Look what I got for $5.
What'd you get?
The OG Cable.
Dude, man, I had that as a kid.
Yep, so did I, and he was lost in the Great Attic Tragedy.
Oh man! Well, at least you got him again.
His karate chop still works. Well, I found him alone in the bin of the store I go to a lot for $5. $5 fucking bucks, bro. And he didn't have the gun, but I had the gun at my house in like a box full of like random weapons and accessories.
Oh,
so
sweet.
I brought him home, put the gun in his hand, boom, complete.
Dude, that's awesome. Oh, guys, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Sorry.
I got you.
Yeah, Slasher, you said you had a few more things to show off, man.
Oh, yeah.
All on you now.
Give me a second. Put Cable back. And since you were talking about the turtles, I'll show off the turtle I got. Well, he's not a turtle, he's a frog.
Genghis Frog.
Yeah, Genghis Frog. No weapons, but, you know, still, I could always get those somewhere else. He's in good shape, too. I gotta say, some of these Ninja Turtle figures, they hold up pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of them did do. And with the classic line, too, with the retro re-release in that classic line, a lot of them have done justice to those old figures, and they
look pretty good from what I've seen of the newer ones. And, so I picked this up for my friend. I saw this in the store, and this was a series that I was never familiar with until, like, I don't know, I was talking to him maybe a year or two ago, and he sent me pictures of these figures. I'd never heard of this, and I heard there was a cartoon of it, too. So I saw this in the store. I picked it up for him. He's the one who's supposed to hook me up with the Scott Steiner figure. Did you know this series at all?
I remember it vaguely. I remember Mummy's Alive.
I don't remember it at all. And it was 90s, he told me. Yeah, this is one of... It has, like I guess, like, real Ghostbusters type actions.
Yeah.
Let's see. How can I do this and show it? Oh, there we go. He presses his arm and his face opens.
Yep.
See it?
Yep.
But these are pretty cool. Never knew of this series.
Well, it's like another one of the series. They didn't have, like we were talking about earlier at the top of the show, without all the promotional stuff. A lot of these damn lines just get forgotten about.
Yeah, but they had a TV series too. Like I never came across it.
Yeah, but a lot of times, like I said too, you know, they're not long.
Yeah, it doesn't always work that way. Like Centurions and Spiral Zone and all the other lines that lasted, like Jason and the Wheeled Warriors.
Yep. Papa doesn't remember that show.
Yeah, huh. I definitely don't.
I definitely remember the figures because I remember the name Mummy's Alive. I remember that. I don't think I've ever seen a show. but
I'm pretty sure
there was
my
a few
friend
of
told
them.
me there was a cartoon of it. I'm pretty sure.
Are you looking it up, or should I?
Well, I can't look it up right now because I can't type letters.
The Mummy's Alive, 1997, one season.
Oh, there you go.
Let's see, how many episodes did it run for? It ran for. Hold on, trying to get to the end here. It actually ran for quite a few episodes for one season, 42 episodes. So it ended in November 25th of 1997, and it started September. So yeah, September to November, and it was over. So yeah, that's your reason why it was forgotten about. Yep, that's why it was written. It's just what we were talking about at the top of the show. Had to do my Duolingo thing.
Lion Rat says, "Never has there been a better frog toy than Genghis."
Yeah, the Genghis frog. Yeah, he came with that little gun that had a tongue on the end of it.
I don't even remember what he had because I never had him as a kid. This wasn't like me buying back one that I had as a kid.
He had this weird gun thing, and it had a tongue on the end of it that kind of spun.
Oh, all right. It's sounding. It's ringing a bell. It's ringing a bell, man.
And then of course he was there something else, or was that it? No, that was all he came with. He just came with the gun with the freaking tongue that spun around on it. I'm pretty sure that's all he came with.
I figured he would have had
Mondo. Because then you had Mondo Gecko, who was the other weird one in that series with the skateboard. Yeah. Chris says there were awesome one-season cartoons we had as a kid. Remember Bionic 6, Visionaries? And I was talking about Visionaries at the top of the show, Chris.
Yeah. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back.
Well, Bionic 6 only lasted one season? I thought Bionic 6 lasted a couple of years.
I thought so too, man. I freaking love that. Those figures were awesome.
The figures were cool. The cartoon was cool too.
Yeah.
What was that other one we were talking about? Centaurians.
Somebody
had mentioned Centaurians before, and it was like, yeah, I remember them, but I don't remember it being around for very long because it's another one without the promotional tie-in.
Yeah.
No promotional tie-ins, no longevity, and it's dead in the water. And that was one of the smart things that Playmates did with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, so they had a comic book that was kind of like a cult following, and it was getting big all on its own. But that wasn't going to be enough to push the toy line. They say, before we do the toy line, before we make the first toy, we want to see a cartoon. And that's what they did. They put the cartoon up. Got the kids hungry for more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff before the toys ever hit the shelf. And that's why Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is still around to this day, because they had wonderful marketing actually ahead of the toys.
Mm-hmm.
I knew a few people who actually first found out about the Ninja Turtles because they made a tabletop game in between the comic and the toys, or they were a tabletop game, I think.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was by some small company or something like that, because they said they did a few small things here and there, but it was never uber successful.
Yeah.
And that's why they had hired that guy, and I'm blank on his name right now, but they had him. That guy ran around everywhere to all these toy companies until he finally landed on Playmates. And Playmates at the time wanted to get into the action figure business, like Mattel and Kenner and all these other companies, Hasbro, they wanted to jump in too, and they latched on the Turtles, and they did very well for themselves.
Nice.
Oh wait, now that Vinny's back, I want to ask him if he's familiar with this. This series.
No, I'm not actually. Lift it a little higher. Let me see the figure.
He's got
I'm not sure.
Ghostbuster type action.
When did that come out?
See the face opens?
Oh shit!
It says 97.
Yeah, no.
I never knew about this till my friend mentioned it to me. This series. So I got this for him. It was $10.
Oh, that's cool, man. Shit, yeah, no, I've never seen those things.
Yeah, like he had a bunch of them. The first pictures he showed me, I hope he doesn't have this one. I'm just saying, I'm gonna give this to him for the Scott. He was hooking me up with a Scott Steiner figure, but
That's cool, man.
so I'm giving him that as an early birthday present.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, see, Chris is saying before the cartoon came out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they had the little metal figures. I didn't know that. I know they were on the cover of. It was called like Strange Characters or Strange Creatures or something. I saw it was, yeah,
So it was so kind of tabletop magazine.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Shit. Yeah, and yeah, Lion Ratton's right as well. Yeah, some of these people, they dive too quickly into figures without really having much of anything there, because they think that it's going to be enough to sustain them and all that. No, you're going to have bad quality.
Why did it fail? Oh yeah, because you suck. Papa Cotton, they should do a live action movie of Camp Laszlo, Chowder, and Ed, and Eddie. Ed, and Eddie.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, that cartoon was nuts.
Skeleton Warriors. I'm not sure. You know, I remember.
I never heard that either.
I remember this one toy line called Pocket Warriors, and that one had like little skeleton guys in it. Like one of them was like a Viking or something, and
they were like muscle figure size.
No, they were a little bigger than muscle. They were probably like 3-inch tall figures, but they had like some small articulation, like joints in the shoulders and stuff like that, and I think maybe the elbows and knees. But they came with little accessories, like the Viking obviously had a horn hat, which Vikings never had. Came with a sword and an axe and a shield or something. But the shield was weird because the shield didn't even match a Viking. Matched like more of a knight or something. It was kind of weird because it was almost like not really a kite shield, but
yeah,
I think they call that a teardrop shield. I think that's what they call it.
I found what Chris was talking about, the Skeleton Warrior thing. It does look familiar.
They had a cartoon too?
Yeah. They drew the figures.
Oh, these are awesome.
Yeah, they had a video game as well.
Oh, I did see these before, and it wasn't around very long.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Those figures are fucking awesome.
Yeah, they do look pretty good. Let's see if we get some other shit. Yeah, I do remember these. Yeah, it's wild, man. Some of the stuff they put out there. Look at that with the translucent parts.
Well, this was 90s too? It looks very 90s.
Is there a date on these?
94.
94.
Oh, Playmates.
Yeah.
It said Playmates there.
13 episodes.
Yeah, another short-lived one.
Yeah. Yeah, September 17, 1994. Wow. It was on USA, UK, and Italy. Italia won. That's interesting. So there you go.
Chris is saying a heater shield or a kite shield. Definitely not a kite shield because a kite shield has more of that diamond shape. This one had a rounded top, like a teardrop. So it was rounded at the top and then came down to the point at the bottom. I know what you're talking about in the kite shield. And it's yeah, they got like almost that like the diamond shape to them. Definitely was not a kite shield. Yeah, they were interesting though, the Pocket Warriors, and I vaguely remember those ones because as soon as I seen the guy with the multiple arms, I was like, I remember that. Okay, I remember seeing it. I never bought them, but I do remember seeing it. Pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, that is literally all I have for today. Good 2.5 hour show. I think this is probably a good place to wrap it up. Trina, unfortunately, is not in the crowd for us tonight, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to give out the award for the best review of the night. Vinnie, I guess it's going to fall on you to give out the best award tonight.
But I didn't see all the figures. I wasn't here the whole show.
You're going to have to pick wisely.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Golden Trina Award for the best review of the night.
How could I pick? What were the options?
Slasher or myself?
I showed you the autograph Sunny.
You showed me old school cable.
I showed you the autograph Sunny unopened. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's autographed by a murderer, everybody.
It's autographed for her and everything. I'll give it to Slasher for the cable figure.
Yes. Slasher has won the Golden Trina Award for the evening. So first off, we're gonna head and put the crown on his head up in the corner.
Yeah.
There
Thank
you go.
you.
You are the winner of the Golden Trina Award, Slasher. Congratulations, sir.
Oh yeah, my first one.
Oh shit. That was great.
I already voted for this. Tommy spent 10 minutes calling it a piece of shit. He's talking about that star screen. He said best review ever. I did. I forgot. I threw the thing across the diorama set.
Oh, the Armada one.
Yeah, I was so pissed off. Like, what a hunk of junk that thing was.
Oh, that is funny. That is fucking funny.
But guys, I hope that everybody that joined us had a good one. So we're going to kick it around the panel. Hey, DVB, what's going on, man? Hey, Tommy, happy 4th of July to you and all the piggies, man. Well, happy 4th to you, too. Hope that you had a good day, man.
Yeah, man.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. So we'll pass it around. Everybody will let you know what's going on. Yeah, here we go.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah, man. Everybody, I hope I hope you didn't end up in the hospital today. I hope you have all your fingers and both arms. Don't blow yourself up. This was fun, man. Thanks for letting me come through.
Man.
Yeah.
No, anytime, man. I'm glad that your camera's working finally, and you were able to show off all those cool old school toys and some of the other stuff you got there. That freaking shit's awesome. Like Vinnie, you missed the Terminator. He has the gold Terminator from the old Kenner line.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
Yeah,
I'll
show him. I'll show him.
Yeah, show it real quick. Yeah, he has the Brood figure from X-Force, or no, X-Men.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. I scared my grandmother with it. Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
See, his eyes kind of gave me the thing that it was like, Tommy, the old dark side figure where you shine the light in his head, and his eyes kind of look like that here, but no, it's just paint.
Oh, that's just paint?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. They did a nice job with that.
Oh, yeah, man.
Looks good, man.
And the Brood figure.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one. I scared my grandmother with that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the teeth chattering. I guess it would probably bother her, right?
That's hilarious. Yeah, oh, dude. Yeah, it's when it first came out. Yeah. She's been gone for a while now, but it was funny though. She's like, why, in Italian, like, why are you buying these ugly fucking things?
Because they're fun, damn it. They're fun.
Right.
All right, we're going to kick it on over.
It's me, Mario Kartitis. Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a stream tomorrow. I still have company. It's going to be over. Still here until like the weekend. But if I do, I'll let you guys know. There's been, I know, a lot of crazy shit that's been going on, and a few topics I wanted to hit. But if not, then we'll be back on the Sunday. There are some big topics I do want to talk about, and shit in general too, like about comic books and kind of. I want to have an episode that's going to be kind of geared towards actually the real reason why comics are falling to shit. And it's not just SJWs and blah, blah, blah. It's not just that. It's going to be about literally the gatekeepers, the assholes who should have been teaching other people and passing the torch that just pulled up the ladder behind them after they started making money. Yeah, I want to break down some of that because I saw something recently that turned my stomach regarding like Jim Lee with his commission list that came out and the people who are trying to run out to defend him to suck his dick. I'm sorry, I'm not on that bandwagon of bullshit. And I kind of want to expose that a little bit more and kind of break into it. And you know, it's I think a valid discussion too. Like you can like whatever artist you want to like, but when they put out certain information like that, people who are multimillionaires, they're doing it to brag in people's faces, bottom line. I don't care who it is when they've established themselves like that. So I'll break into more of how and why this industry has been falling to shit. So, yeah, if it's not going to be tomorrow, then like I said, it might be on Sunday. But yeah, we'll get into some more stuff because, you know, over on my channel, we talk real talk. It's not bullshit. It's not smoke and mirrors. I'm not placating to anyone or trying to kiss anyone's ass. We speak from the heart over here. We tell you how the fuck it is, or at least our experiences and our views through this stuff. And yeah, so if you want to tune in, that's Vinnieart on YouTube. And yeah, everybody, thank you so much. And remember, my projects are still available. So if you want them, get them now. I will be launching a new campaign soon on another platform. Yeah, I got a proof copy of one of the things I've been working on for a couple of months now. Kind of a remaster of another project with added pages, like extra 30 pages. So yeah, City of Venus 2 still happening as well. I'm hard at work on that while doing freelance work and things. So just bear in mind it's going to be a little bit longer, but trust me, it's going to be well worth it. So hell yeah. Like Celestia said, I hope everyone, they kept all their fingers and toes and eyes and everything else. I know this night's not done yet, and there's probably a whole lot more hospital visits for some people. But for those who stayed safe, good for you. God bless.
Awesome. Guys, as always, all the links are down there in the description for everybody's channel, even for Trina, who unfortunately couldn't make it. And Trina, once again, I hope you and the family are having a good one. And Trina, no doubt, will be back next week. We also got new things in the works that are going to be coming up here with the collective. But yeah, let's kick it on over to me.
And all day long, I foot up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Guys, of course, by now, you know, this is Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, the most hated guinea pig online, period. If you're looking for me, you're going to find me on most online places. You're going to find me BitChute, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube. You're going to find me, Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective. And over there on the twats and the old twatter, because I easily offend some of the hardcore leftist Looney Tunes. It's not my fault that they like eating crayons, and I call them out for it. You can now find me at capital GPC_warpig because, yeah, multiple accounts because they just can't stop. Elon, do something about this shit. Thought you were a free speech guy. Doesn't look like it, pal. Fix it. But guys, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing toys. I'm talking about toys. Talking about freaking the guinea pigs, and I'm doing Hexbug BattleBot fights. As often as we could put up. I know I've been kind of lacking lately just because I've been kind of under the weather with these old injuries. Been keeping me from doing all the stuff that I want to do, but I was able to get some stuff done and prepare for today's show at least. Guys, I hope that you have a good one, and we are going to exit out on this one once again on the same one that I brought us in with Scarlett, giving you the happy 4th of July with guns blazing. Hope that you all have a good one. Stay fast, stay safe out there. Peace.